and ahoy once again to ye mateys! I be your freshly rehomed and flea-treated DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more satisfaction than if I had just eaten a full Scottish breakfast to welcome me back to Corsair's Cove and our new season in my Humblewood world of Monsters and Magic. Above me, I have my hearty crew. Yes, the jocose Karen Schlink, the jocular Brendan Ellis, the jocund Lux Towns, and our newest party member, the jovial Daria Yevdenova, who also created our character art and our chat emotes. Check out the new D1 and D20. Look at these boys. Aren't they cool? Look at that. That's dope. Okay. Guys, who the absolute heck are all of you? Brendan, who the heck are you?
I'm first. This is unprecedented. Hello. I'm heckin' Brendan Ellis. I'm an actor and director here in Perth, Western Australia. I'm currently directing a show, we're in rehearsals at the moment, for a show called The Last Days of Judas Iscariot. If you're in town in a couple of weeks' time at the end of April, come see it. It's going to be very cool, and it's only slightly blasphemous.
Only slightly. Karen, who the hecking heck are you? And what the hell are you doing in my house?
I climbed in the back window. I'm holding the dog hostage. Demands
Siri,
to be sent
no.
shortly. Sometimes I'm a writer, sometimes I'm a performer, sometimes I just hang out on the internet and say weird shit. So you can follow me on Twitter at Mother of Bunnies. You can follow me on Instagram at Miss Lola Moore. You can follow my stupid sexy puppet show, Paparotica, on both aforementioned platforms. Or you can hear my dulcet tones on the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons. Link in chat. I don't really have anything coming up to spruik. Like, I'm doing some narration at a folk festival on Saturday. Don't know if that's anyone's jam. That could be
Not
cool.
really. I'm not even going.
It's about how a bridge fell down in Scotland and everyone was very sad.
Yeah. It's a time. Daria, who the heck are you?
I'm Daria, surname redacted because Josh still can't say it. I'm an artist.
I try.
I do arts and I play D&D. I play here now, and I also play on the Eldritch Scribe D&D channel on Mondays. Both are very fun. That's me.
It certainly is. Lux, who the heck are you?
Hello, my name is Lux, and I am an actor, singer, not dancer. And I recently came back from my tour of a bunch of shows in Adelaide Fringe, which is great, so I'm taking a break from performing for now. But yeah, I'm taking it easy breezy and doing some streaming with you lot today, and not a lot coming up in the future, but I definitely will be doing something. Someone will rope me into something. I am 100% certain of that one. So next episode, tune in for when I spruik exactly that.
Consider yourself roped for the next 12 episodes, maybe.
Wow.
I think you've just advertised your availability for another project.
Fool!
Yeah, inbox explodes.
No! Run away.
What? Competent male performer is free?
Well, cismale. And ladies and gentlemen, madame and monsieur and dame under heron, I be Josh the Pirate, your DM for this evening. I do loads of stuff. I'm in the podcast that Karen's in. I do Paparotica with Karen. I do quite a lot of stuff with Karen. I run 1v1 D&D on Monday nights with Karen. Karen and I are very into each other. We're almost married at this point. It's ridiculous. Oh shit, we are. Fuck, I keep forgetting that. So, yes. It's been good to see you. There is another thing for the new year that we are doing here on Corsair's Cove. Karen and I had a pretty shitty start to 2022, but we're all good now, and things are getting sorted. However, our travails pale in comparison to the troubles other people are going through. So we've decided to do what we can, namely encourage people to support the Ukrainian people, who are having it even rougher than we have. We were close to homeless. A lot of them actually are. The Emergency Action Alliance is a group of charities that have set aside their differences to help those in need, and their Ukrainian emergency appeal has already raised over $1 million Australian dollars, and the Australian government has promised a further 2. We'll see if that happens, but if you guys have any spare pennies in the coffers, it would be super groovy for you to contribute to that if you can. That would be amazing of you. Thank you so much. If you don't, that's also fine. But yeah, just thoughts and prayers mean nothing, but it's also free to give. So, I must remind our fine, intricate, and possibly handcrafted audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the socials. And you can even check out episodes you may have missed on our YouTube. All 52, actually only 51 of the previous 52 episodes in this world, because one of them isn't talking to my editing software, can be found on there. And interestingly, I worked out the world has currently had 19 player characters in it, which is quite a lot. And today brings that number to 21. So, mateys, including, interestingly, that and Daria's third. Which is pretty impressive, because she's only played 4 episodes in the world.
Yeah. I'm getting the numbers.
If you just give her a new skin suit to wear, push her out.
Alrighty. Well, mateys, may your side quests go unawry, and all your weddings fail to feature an abduction, as we head for the first time in a while, tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood. So, we rejoin Havier where he left the party. A dark and stormy night in Saltar's Point. Much revelry was being had in the Fisherman's Basket, and the group had just returned from their first confrontation with an angry wakeworm. So this is actually just before they hooked up with Julio in a far more permanent fashion. The wakeworm is seeking its missing child. Havier bid the slightly suspicious Eric goodbye after seeing the others to bed, telling him that he was leaving, but not why. Havier, please make me a perception or insight check, whichever you prefer. You return through the darkened and wind-lashed streets to the sign of the Southern Cross. Oh, wow! Cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good roll to open the sesh. Let's continue on that note. I like it.
Holy heck. Yeah. That's big numbers, no whammies. 27, nat 20. Throw those nat 20s up in chat. I've said insight over 16. I think he's
back.
Yeah.
Very insightful.
You feel eyes watching you as you walk through these darkened streets. You feel like you're being watched. The Southern Cross is not as merry as the Basket, but there is still lights in the windows and several patrons are having a nightcap. However, the Professor is not in her normal booth, because this is a living, breathing world, and quest givers don't just stand there in one place with an exclamation mark over their head until you come back.
Damn.
So handy.
What do you do?
So I have a look around. So she's not in her usual room. So the room's just empty and it's got a shit everywhere.
No, she's not in her bedroom. No, you're in the main area. The only place you've seen is she has a booth off to the one side of the main bar area. But and the last 2 times you've seen her, she's been there both times. She's not there now.
Is anyone here?
Yeah, there's a few people, not many. There's about half a dozen people having a late night drink, mostly in pairs. And there is the barman, the hedge barman, looks like he's sort of beginning to close up shop for the night.
Okay, so I'll go up to the bar. I'll go to the nearest person who I like. This person looks familiar.
Sure.
Hello.
Hello there.
You seen the old one with the glasses, the peacock woman? You know, you seen her.
Oh, the intellectual-looking lady. Yeah.
Yes. Where is she?
Probably gone back up to her room.
Okay.
I can go and knock if you like.
Can you point me in the right direction?
I'm afraid, sir, I don't really know you, or just, I don't want to inconvenience my guest. If what are you trying to do? Intimidate or persuade?
That's called flirting. Look at that.
No, this is an intimidating.
Right. Not bad. Yeah, Omi, can you roll me a d20? See how easily intimidated by this enormous deer man. Exclamation mark, roll space 20. Oh, the answer's probably going to be yes, but...
No, we have to go through the theatrics.
Yeah, the theatrics. We'll see.
Yeah,
Nat
he...
20.
15's not bad. Come on, Omi. He looks to the board where the 3. Yeah, no, he's like, oh no, I remember. Yes, yes, all right. And he said, room 15.
Thank you so much. I'll be taking this. And I just like, is there a drink on the counter or something?
There's an almost finished pint of ale that he was about to clean up.
Just take it.
All right then, sir. Have a nice evening.
You too.
Catherine, can you make me a stealth check with advantage?
$19.
Ooh. Javier, make me a perception check.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, Bebbington.
Oh,
it's you.
I completely forget to log out.
I did the same thing.
All right, Catherine. Yeah, you sneak in through the front door, and Javier, who is making his way. It's not actually an upstairs and a downstairs, but there is a passageway behind the bar, so it's sort of up to one side. You head around, and there is a long, winding passageway with numbered doors on both sides of it. Evens on one side, odds on the other. And Catherine, you see him heading up that way.
I follow discreetly. And when we're in the corridor, I'm trying to stay far enough back that I can kind of just see him going around corners.
The corridor isn't super well lit, so yeah, that's fine. I'm afraid Javier does not notice you. He is far too busy going to see his elderly acquaintance. Javier, you find room 15 relatively easily.
Okay. I take a deep breath and I knock on the door.
Is it a sort of a panic sort of, hello, let me in?
Like a knock. I confident and then knock. Maybe that wasn't enough. Knock.
You get to about the third repetition of knocking, really increasingly urgently, when the door sort of cracks, slams open. It's just like, what? Oh. Tomorrow morning would have done. All right. Catherine, what would you have done? You would be seeing this. You'd probably be around the corner looking at this elk man.
Who has now found an elk woman in a room.
Not an elk woman, she's a Gallus.
Oh, sorry. Do apologize. Gallus woman in a room.
But you do know the Gallus woman. You were summoned here by her as well.
Cool, well, I will throw stealth to the wind and appear as if by magic.
So, Catherine's head appears sort of next to Javier's shoulder, and the professor goes, "Oh, you're here as well. Good."
Well, you did ask.
Hello. Can I help you? Sorry, I don't work here.
Javier, this is Catherine. Catherine, Javier, this is the one I asked you to come and help.
Oh. Hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes. Gilda Nightseed is currently wearing a bed gown. She's wearing a nightie. and like the bird equivalent of fluffy slippers, which I'm actually going to say is just fluffy slippers. They've got little Gerbean faces on them. Actually, no. You know what they have? They've got little skulls.
Oh,
That's a whole thing.
Gerbean skulls.
Yeah, obviously Gerbean skulls, yeah. With really long teeth at the front. Yes, she says, well, head back to the bar, would you, and tell Reginald I need the room. He won't mind. I'll join you in a moment. I'll just make myself presentable.
Oh, I think you look very presentable.
Yes, I also think you look very presentable.
You're both too kind, and slams the door.
What was that? Hello. So, sorry, was it Catherine?
Yes, Catherine. You're Havier?
Yes, I'm Havier.
Oh, more of a...
Yes, Havier. Look, it's been a very long day. I've had a lot of things to do, and I've just... I had a really anxious meeting with a friend, and it was a lot. Okay, so I'm out of spoons right now, so... Would you like some of this drink?
Oh, very kind of you, but no, I'm sure I can get a fresh one. And I kind of turn and walk back to the bar.
Yes, the hedge barman is there, sees you both come out, gives Catherine the look of, when did you come in? You're not a guest here. And did you find her?
Yes, I found her, and she'll have the room apparently. So she said that you think that's okay. So.
Oh, righto. Yeah, no, yes, that's fine. And he goes and gets the key. There is basically the dining room off to one side for the guests who are staying, but he closes it for meals. He only opens it up for meals, rather. But he says, "Yeah, there you go." He gives you the key. Would either of you like a drink?
Yes, please. That would be very good. Yes. And Catherine will also have a drink. You'll have a drink too, yes?
Oh, sure. Some wine would be nice.
He looks behind and he looks at the back of his bar and he's red or white.
Whatever your hand reaches first.
That it is then. He pours you a glass of the house red, which is the only red. Javier, he sort of looks at the pint that you're holding and sort of with an eyebrow up like another.
Yes.
He takes the tankard and tops it back up. He doesn't give you a fresh one. He just reloads, but he doesn't charge either of you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And you are welcome to go and sit in the dining room until she arrives. The dining room is like wicker tables and wicker chairs, like woven reed tables and chairs. It's really like, compared with the fairly dingy bar, it's surprisingly like fluffy. Like it has a feminine touch to it that the rest of the place does not. This is the domain of the man's wife, not him. He runs the bar, she is the caterer. So yeah, you go, it's a completely different vibe in here. It's actually like it's not lit at all, but there are loads of lamps on braziers around the walls, waiting to be lit. Obviously there is no electricity. And I'm not saying that either of you are magic users, but you could turn the lights on if you wanted to. Or you can sit in the dark.
Dark is good. Dark.
I have prestidigitation, so I'm not going to light all the lamps, but
Okay.
yeah, a couple, so we don't trip over anything.
Very well. You do that. I mean, you have night vision, so...
Yeah, but I'm being courteous. You know,
That's
I don't know if Javier has night vision.
Cool. You do that. So there is about a dozen tables scattered around the room. There are no windows. You're in a cliff. So it's a cave that you're in. Yeah, there are several booths along the walls, and then there is about half a dozen chairs and tables in the center of the room. Where would you sit?
The one with the biggest leg room.
Certainly be one of the central tables then, yeah. Cool. You do that. In fact, some of the chairs are sized differently because obviously the Humblewood features a wide variety of races. There are a few that are stools fit for Luma or Gerbines, and there are some that are lower chairs suitable better for Corvum and Servant.
Excellent, I'll take one of them.
Excellent. You do that, and you have probably seated yourselves for no more than a minute when Gilda arrives. And quietly enters the room. She hasn't really done much more than throw on a dressing gown. Yes, she's wearing, the long, like Santa's hat, the nightcap, this one, but it's knitted. She comes and sits down, and she's holding up a glass of port.
Right, I'm just reminded of my grandmother. This is it. Because of my grandmother always.
Yes. I love you.
Go fuck yourself.
Yes. She says, so she comes and sits down and says, yes, well, so good, thank you for both joining me. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't really get a chance to introduce you before. Havier, Catherine Corvumus. Catherine here is a very capable individual, discreet and trustworthy. And she gives Catherine a look that says, aren't you? Usually.
Yes. Extremely trustworthy in the correct circumstances.
I found her to be an extremely useful associate. Havier here is something of a protege of mine. Both of you are quite gifted magical users of obscenely different type.
Obscenely, you say?
Well, markedly, possibly, is a better way of putting it. Now, let us get... I would like to be clear with you, young man, about something, if it's all right. All this raising of the dead that we've been talking about, but not actually doing...
Javier, looks around.
Don't worry, I already swept the place. All of that is mere flattery, isn't it? What you truly seek is resurrection, is it not?
Yes. Ultimately, I just don't want death to be the last thing.
Very, 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 very wise. And you lack the time or patience to spend the many years required to learn the skills the traditional way, quite aside from the fact that resurrecting the dead is dangerous as well as deeply illegal.
You said a lot of big words there.
I'll cut to it then, shall I? In my readings, I have come across something which may help you out. Have either of you heard of a soul forge?
If it is exactly as it sounds, then yes.
She actually chuckles. It does basically what it says on the box. I would like to clarify that it's one of those. It's one of those things that sound scarier than they are, like the Hessenberg pain scale or dinner with the in-laws. I'd like to clarify that, but honestly I can't, because in the wrong hands, it's quite possibly even the right hands, but without enough sleep, this thing could be quite devastating. Put simply, it is a device that can join a body and a soul without the requirement that either be in mint straight out of the packet condition. And I think I know where it is.
Sounds very powerful.
You said regardless of the condition. Does it restore to mint condition?
How do you mean?
Well, if
you have a body and you have a soul and you want to put the soul in the body, that's what you use the soul forge for.
Yes, but if the body is,
doesn't belong to the
squishy.
original. Oh, no, the body needs to be in mint condition. The body needs to be pretty close to good.
Okay. We're not talking skeletons here. We're talking...
It would be pretty unpleasant for the soul.
Interesting.
It wouldn't necessarily not work, but it would be extremely painful.
And what else are the requirements?
Well, to be honest, I think you need to find it first. I've learned of it. I've learned of its location. The goal here, what you will be going and doing. Catherine is well aware of my aversion to field work, which is why you will be joined by a couple of other interested parties out in said field. The mock fields, to be exact. And I shall be remaining here, warm and dry. And you shall go, get the thing, bring it back, and together we shall figure out how it works.
It sounds good. It sounds good.
Sounds intensely dangerous.
It is.
It should be.
It probably radiates unlife energy.
Could that prove dangerous to
Oh,
someone
deeply.
possessing
Deeply.
of life? Okay.
How? It's not. It wouldn't. It won't hurt you if you're alive. It's more if you're dead.
So as long as we're alive, it is unlikely to harm us?
Perfect. Sounds great.
The problem is no one's actively using it right now, or at least I certainly hope not. It's just sort of sitting there, being what it is and doing what it does.
Okay, so where is it?
Out in the mock fields.
Anything more specific than fields?
I value the compartmentalization of knowledge. One of your team knows where it is. He will guide you. I have hired a cart, a carriage, a caravan, not a van. And I suppose it could be arranged to leave now. Time is of the essence. I appreciate you showing up, both of you, when you did, though I honestly didn't expect you until tomorrow. But I told Reginald before I came in that I asked him to get everything ready now, so he's doing so.
I'm ready to go.
Good. I don't know how long it'll stay where it is. Yes.
Our compatriots that you have arranged,
Yes.
what is their interest in the forge, so to speak?
Similar to yours. You all have, for one reason or another, an interest in what lies beyond, and or bringing it back.
Do they?
Similar goals make for good bedfellows, I find.
Maybe.
Very well. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how trustworthy are we considering these individuals to be?
Given that their goals align with yours, currently I would say 100%.
Okay.
Maybe not to you, but to me.
Thank you.
And
for
I'm the one with the
distinction.
exclamation mark over my head, as it were.
Very well. Anything else we should know before we sally forth into a field in the middle of the night?
Well, by the time you get there, it'll ought to be daytime. You're heading up to the mock fields. A fast carriage could get you there by mid-morning. I recommend getting a good night's sleep. It's probably a fair amount of walking to be done. You'll probably want to take provisions and something to sleep on. It'll be more than a single day's journey into the fields. Be wary of the slimes. They've been acting oddly lately. I've been hearing some very strange things. Honestly,
Well, I hope this is as
this
you
was
say.
actually what ticked me off in the first place. You put something that powerful out there. I want to be clear, I've never used one before. This is a research project for me. I will find it, and I will figure out how to use it, and if necessary, I will destroy it. But I will not allow that wood to come to harm. However, I am not quite so puritanical as to destroy something out of hand that could be immensely useful.
Fair enough, really.
It seems logical, I guess. Just
If you can help us, it will, my friend.
I hope so. I left quite a thing behind here.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
I hope so.
You left them all the healing potions and everything, right? Didn't you?
Meanwhile, at a wedding,
Time jumps ahead. Rocks fall. Alrighty. So, you go. Yes?
Yeah, we go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The carriage, the trip back to the mock fields,
I mean, we
is
can
fast.
talk.
You could.
We can talk. I was gonna be like, so, what is your interest in what lies beyond?
Well, I suppose you could describe it as more a general interest in forbidden knowledge.
Okay.
Having it can be very useful in certain situations.
This is true, but
So, kind
what
of
is
a
forbidden?
future business investment coupled with good old-fashioned curiosity.
Okay. Have you ever been a part of a party before?
You could say that.
You've
I
had
work
friends?
alone often, but I'm not averse to being recruited into a group situation.
Well, if we're going to be together, you better have my back.
Quite large, I'll cover as much as I can.
Yes, my ass is rotund. Thanks for noticing.
And your interest?
Have you ever felt so powerless that you just wish you could stop it all? Stop all the hate, stop all the pain.
Not for a while, but yes.
Well, hopefully that is where I lead. I wish to know it can't be it. We can't just rot in the ground. I've lost too much.
Well, then let's see what we can gain.
Yes. And have fun doing it. Like hit them in the back. Like pat them on the back. All right, let's go.
The trip back to the edge of the mock fields is fast. The cart driver, an older Gallus man who does not give his name, drives his team of giant crickets hard. And then I had written, how would you both spend the night? But you got ahead of me there. The carriage is comfortable but hardly luxurious, clearly built for speed, not comfort. And with Javier's antlers, might be a little crowded.
I like bundle my coat up under one
Yeah.
shoulder and doze off.
Yeah, it's kind of like make it work.
Alrighty, shortly after sunrise, you feel the carriage slam to a halt, the driver reining in his beasts. He then slaps a palm on the roof of the carriage. Here you are, then. This is as far as I was paid to take ya.
Good morning.
Okay. Thank you very much for your whatever you did.
He nods and wheels the cart around. Like, he nods to you as he's turning around and then heads right back the way he came. And Javier, you recognize this place. This is the crossroads where you and the others fought the elemental slimes a few days ago. Where you first met Julio and Petra. Little sign of the battle, however, remains, as there has been a decent rainfall, as there often is in this neck of the woods.
All right.
Yeah. Can
Do I see anything?
yeah, roll me a perception check.
I will
Either
also
of you, both of you. Yeah.
try to be perceptive. 11.
11?
I am moderately perceptive.
Was it a 19? Javier, Catherine, it's probably the sun is just coming up. It's very, very bright. You're very much a night creature. Javier, you can make out a pair of figures up the road as it forks off to the left, the path which heads northwest. They are about 100 meters up. Vesna, Volos, what would you be doing?
Have we found a sheltered area or set up a little kind of sheltered area of our own if it's raining?
It didn't. It's not raining currently, but it did at some point in the last couple of days.
Okay. And what is it morning yet, or is it still?
It's sort of 7-ish. It's fairly early, but the sun is up. I imagine, like, to me that feels crazy early, but I imagine if in a time when burning. Oh, Tales of Pesh, thank you very much for the raid. Throw that raid emote up in chat. Good on you guys. Thanks so much. Yeah, we are just begun a new season of Humblewood. We are finding out what happened to Havier. Strings and socks. Small girl is small. True. True story. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Yeah. Michael, is anyone good to see you? Holy shit. Okay, Captain Kazi. Yeah, good on you guys. Thanks so much. Lizelle, good to see you. Hi. Yes. Havier has just sort of been recruited with Catherine Corvum to go and find the mysterious Soul Forge. A scary sounding and actually is very scary thing. Oh, Michael is an Ewok, gave us a follow. Thanks very much, Michael. Love Ewoks, they're great. And then they took a carriage out to the Mock Fields where they are about to meet Vesna and Volos. Volos, yeah, it did rain last night. I imagine it's the time you would probably be getting out of bed. You probably, but you were warned ahead. I will say you received a sending in the middle of the night from Gilda saying these guys will be there at about this time. Hey,
okay, it's still early, so maybe have a little fire going, sitting on like a stump or something, roasting some centipedes or something for breakfast.
How does Volos look though?
Yeah, what does Volos look like? Tell us who the heck you are.
Volos is a yellowish orange furred Vulpin. He has like a little red tuft of fur on his head. He is in studded leather, covered in just like a shabby brown cloak. He looks like he's used to traversing in the wilderness quite a bit.
Cool.
And who is he with?
Oh, well, he is with a fallow deer. She is quite tall, built like a truck, and she's wearing a flowing summer dress and a lot of little metal bottles, sort of like a butt and a shakers kind of shaped, strapped, yes, around. And she does not look like she's well traveled. She looks around quite a bit and pokes the centipedes over the fire with a great axe a little bit. Yeah.
I'm imagining a fairly large centipede, sort of like chunky, like a rabbit.
Juicy.
I'm thinking like a shish
Hakuna
kebab.
Matata style.
Yeah.
Very, very, very Disney.
You
very,
can shave
very
it.
Nice. Also, I have to ask, Brendan, why did you choose that name?
Because Volos is a cool name.
I will blow your fucking mind. Vesna and Volos are two Slavic gods, so think on that.
Boom.
It is meant to be him.
Yeah, that is cool. Hey, GM's Workshop, good to see you. Yes. Also, to my players and to chat as well, we are 6 followers away from 200.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
Do I have to?
No pressure, but
if
I
we
have to
get,
roll out another shitty limerick for.
I tell you what, if
follow.
we get there, we're 5 now. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
If we get to 200, I will give the entire party inspiration.
Okay, let's get it.
There's another one.
I know a bunch of really terrible limericks, so yeah, if you want some limericks, I got them.
I mean, I know what worked very well for roll for damage is you promising to make a player's life hell.
Yeah.
Worked
the charm.
Yeah, that worked very well.
Now he is just promising
We made
to do
over
something
$100
nice
in a single session, and
My
Rachel was like,
life is
"No!"
already whole.
And it was in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
Who can we kill by the end of this session?
Red Leader 02. Thank you very much for the follow. Anyway.
That sounded like a suggestion that Red Leader 02 was going to be the one that we kill, so that's not...
Okay.
No,
we
no,
have
no,
a tribute. But as we sit around the fire, I'll say, Wallace, how do you know when these little things are done? I don't see any difference.
Usually by taste. Want to try?
No, I'll leave it to the professional.
I just chomp the head off one and look at it and say, it's a little raw.
Okay, maybe another 5 minutes on the fire?
I just take another bite. And I look up at in the distance at the cart that has just pulled up. Judging by these silhouettes, I think that they may be the ones we were waiting for, huh?
Wow, your accent changes dramatically. How do you do that?
Do not worry about it.
All right, well,
There's some more like shit there.
Vesna will stand up and wave like, "Hi, are you the people who will brave the illegal magic with us?"
Oh. Well, if you put it like that, then yes, I suppose we are.
So, sorry.
I am
I've missed
I
you
am
so
Volos.
much, Lux.
I am Volos. This is Vesna. There's nothing illegal. There's nothing illegal going on here.
Not yet. Thank you very much.
Illegal is a matter of perspective, really. Catherine.
Hello.
I went for so long not talking about this in public, and here we are talking about this in public. This is ridiculous.
You are the big man that we have heard so much about, huh? You must be Javier, eh?
Yes, I am Havier.
The star student. We heard about you.
Star student.
At least someone has heard about me. Jesus. I mean, whatever, deity.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say it.
So,
Well,
I think Jesus is Jerbeen cousin of our
Jesus
little
Littlefoot.
yes.
oh no.
Can run so fast, can just go across the top of streams, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
he's blue.
Dabba-dee-dabba-da. Yes. Sorry.
Alrighty. Well, this area of the wood, for those of you who have been fortunate enough to avoid it up till now, has been blissfully free of both bandit raids and elemental attacks in the recent troubles for one simple reason. It's a giant bog that almost no one lives in, and if they don't have to. It's quite well known to be the habitat of ooze creatures, as well as larger amphibians and other water-based predators, as well as a breeding ground for many disease-spreading insects and all manner of undesirable neighbors.
Yay.
In the past, several attempts were made to tame the swamp, but all eventually failed and died. And the last was actually Winnowing Reach, which persists through, though no one would call the Mockfields tamed. For all that, however, it abounds with life and interesting smells. Would any of you have any experience in this terrain?
Possibly, yeah.
no.
Alrighty.
I'm going to say yes, but reluctantly.
Yeah.
So,
Probably did a little bit of scouting.
a level bog.
Can I just before we go any further, like if we met up in the group, I would kind of, after staring everyone down equidistantly, even the person I was traveling with, I would use thaumaturgy to tremor the ground and make my voice very loud and change the color of my eyes to black. And just say, before we go any further, I need to know that you have my back. I am your shield wall, and you must be mine. Okay? I have traveled with the bravest adventurers you'd ever fucking seen. And I left them to come here. Are you up for this?
First of all, excuse your potty mouth. What is this language? And second, well, yes, we are. We're not here as trivial travelers. We do our part, don't we, Wallace?
Yes, we are here for the right reasons, I think. We have your back, eh?
I have a question. Do Vesna and Volos know each other?
We do now.
Yeah, sounds like. Cool.
And I look at you as well, Karen.
Oh, I thought I was clear before.
No.
Oh, okay. Yes. As much of it as I can cover with my small feathered body.
Good. Okay, so essentially I can heal the shit out of you if you die.
Oh,
I'll do it.
good to know. Definitely on your team. Got your
Cool.
back. All of it.
Sick. Let's go.
Our erstwhile employer said one of you knew the way?
Yes, this would be me. I do not know if you have eaten. I have made enough for you all.
I'm fucking starving.
I'm pretty sure those are not the venomous ones, so this is fine.
Oh, I love it a little rare.
I like you, lady. And I turn to face the bog part and point and say, this direction about a day's travel, there should be an abandoned manse, big house of some kind. The objective should be somewhere in there.
Excellent. And how boggy is this bog going to be?
Pretty boggy.
On a scale of 1 to 11, probably about a 15.
Oh.
I hope you have packed your wet weather gear, huh?
I
Big
certainly
boots,
didn't
maybe?
wear clothes that I'm attached to.
This is good, huh?
All right. You have breakfast and then begin to make your way across the benighted land. Can each of you tell me how you would be navigating it and pick a skill that you would wish to employ for a how slow / grubby are you? Check.
Oh, I think Catherine would be trying to like she's dressed appropriately, she's got her tall boots on and her not good pants, but she's still trying to avoid like getting too deep down in the bog. So she's kind of doing a bit of a hip hop to kind of stay on better ground. She's not just marching straight through the mud.
Very well, very well.
Yes, well, Javier, he's hoofing it, so his hoofs are quite good at trudging through thick things. He's very adept at through snow and through mountains, so he's not adverse to trudging through snow, through a swamp. So he's probably going to just kind of power through, but I don't know. He's going to use his keen survival to.
Okay.
I mean, he's not really used to swamp, but he's used to kind of treacherous terrain, and it's more about kind of being a part of what you're traveling through and not trying to disturb it too much.
Yeah, okay.
I know that there's a lot of slippery elements and potentially dangerous things, so you kind of just like move as if it's a flow. That's
Very
what
well.
I'll be doing.
Love it. Make me a survival check, please. Karen, what would Catherine be doing? How would she be approaching 21? Yeah.
Javier.
Nails it. Yeah.
Some sort of dexterity based.
Like an acrobatics sort of...
Yeah.
attempt to make your way through without getting too much dirt on you, essentially?
Oh dear, a 7. I'm not doing a very good job.
No. More than once, your tall boots get stuck and the suction pulls them off your feet.
Son of a whore.
Vesna.
I needed to listen to myself when I said no more bog jobs.
Vesna will try to ignore all the foul language in this group, such toxic atmosphere, and she'll
It's a bog.
try
What are you
to-
expecting?
True.
Clean language.
She'll actually try to use her great axe to vault over the especially swampy parts using her athletics.
Okay, make an athletics check to leap over the big puddles.
Yes, please. Oh yeah.
23, nails it. You leap nimbly from puddle to puddle, without barely getting your feet wet. Volos, how do you tackle this terrain?
I have scouted this area out a little beforehand, and I have done a bit of traveling through bogs, so I would like to use my history skill to recall the driest
way.
kind
Okay.
of paths.
Very well. Make me a history check.
Creative.
I'm gonna be really bummed if everyone else makes it nicely through the swamp and I'm just the one getting stuck in the mud and falling off.
You're taking one for the team. We appreciate it.
18. Yeah, you using Catherine's body that's lying flat down as a bridge. You
This was not as the last time that I came, but it's
much
good
nicer.
now.
Easier in the Emperor's New Groove where she falls face down.
Yeah.
It's like, I
then I
hate this jungle.
I offer her a hand up.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Jink.
After you stepped on her to cross. What a gentleman.
I didn't say that.
Too
That's not
slow,
canon.
too slow. Very good. Presumably you'll be keeping your heads on a swivel the whole trip.
Absolutely.
So can I get...
When it's not face down in the mud.
Yeah. Can I get... In fact, I will give... Catherine will have disadvantage on this, but perception checks, please.
Also, so are we saying that we're close to where the thing is?
Not currently, no.
Like,
You're about a day's walk away from it.
okay, cool.
5. The mud is very distracting.
Yeah, fair.
It's all up in my feathers, you guys.
Ooh, same.
14. Okay, 14 is the best.
With a
That makes
minus
sense.
1.
That makes sense from
Yikes.
Volos, though. The land around is fairly... Unless you would like to use a different skill to check for danger, other than perception.
I have a danger sense. It's not connected to what's going on, but I have it. Can I sense it? It's not at all that.
I will-
It's Dex saves advantage.
Yeah, I know. But I really like it.
Okay, thank you.
My investigation is a +2 instead of a -1. If you want me to apply that instead.
You can apply that instead. Yeah, that makes it 16. That's pretty good. Plus
Makes it a
17. 17. That's pretty good for an investigation. Vesna, I will allow you to, with your danger sense, I'll let you re-roll it. I'll give
Oh
you
my God.
advantage
You
for
are
your
such
danger sense.
a kind DM.
I know. Yeah, Daria's
You are a
barbarian.
generous
Worse.
god.
Oh, buddy.
But no. Never mind. Don't
Oh,
worry.
it's
You've
We
got.
really
the
need to get to
same.
200, everyone, so that we can have the inspiration.
Yes, we do.
Presumably, yes. The land around is fairly flat, though hardly even. It is crisscrossed by various waterways and spotted with stagnant pools filled with scum. Few trees are up to the challenge of the place, and the few that manage are either stunted things barely larger than a bush, or huge twisted copses on the few areas of raised land where the trees seem to be fighting for space, and there is barely room to see between the trunks, let alone navigate. Reeds and marsh grass dominate, and the buzzing of strange insects fills the air with a consistent drone. Around midday, Volos, you spot a couple of larger creatures in the distance, slowly moving parallel to your course to the north. They are a couple of feet high and globular in shape. One is light green and the other is a poisonous yellow. They're about 100 feet away.
Ooze.
What does that mean in your language?
Oozes, like the
Stop.
gooey things.
Bad
Yes.
thing,
No,
squishy
they're
thing.
bad. They're very bad. They're very not good.
In my experience,
Very
they
not
are not terribly fast, and they are some distance away. We could either stop here and see if they go on ahead out of our path, or we could attack them from here and hopefully whittle them down before they reach us.
How far away are they? DM?
100 feet.
About 100 feet.
Yeah, I can't reach them with sleep at that range. I'd have to get closer.
I'm pretty sure we need to fight them.
What if I throw something on the other side and they will hear it and say, "Oh, what's going on there?" and they'll go check.
Do you know that they have ears?
I was gonna say, do I know how oozes sense, DM?
You can make a nature or history. Javier, your experience with oozes would lead you to suspect they can hear things.
It's true. It's true. I can probably.
They
anticipate that.
demonstrably showed an awareness of their surroundings.
Guys,
Volos, you wouldn't know per se. Yes, Karen.
I feel the need to just put this on the table. I do have fireball.
That's got a range of 120 feet.
150 actually.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah. You could just yeet them at range.
You didn't
I
have to
could
tell
eat
us
them
you
at-
have fireball, because now that you've told us you have fireball, it's
Oh, fireball.
geez,
Yeah,
I-
you do. Yeah, that's right. I thought you
I
meant
can only cast it
firebolt,
twice.
but yes.
So
This is a prime opportunity.
whether we want to, blast it right out of the gate.
Is the
Or-
swamp very flammable?
We'll find out.
I mean, you are welcome to make a check for that. It would
That's a good
be
idea, actually. Are there,
methane.
it
Are
would
there,
be a
like,
survival
clouds?
check.
are there clouds of flammable gas floating across the swamp? Crit fail. I have no fucking clue. I hope Javier does.
Single
No
digits
idea.
all across the board. Vesna, I'm not even going to say an 11 is enough to detect the presence of flammable gas. No,
We are so good at this.
none of this strikes you as a particularly bad idea. You all think, yeah, solid plan.
No
Let's do
problem.
it.
Sounds great.
Like, if you want, I can incinerate them.
I was going to say, if anyone had a particular spell that, I don't know, travels a certain distance and does an area of effect damage in fire, specifically, I would say that is the time to be using it.
Yes,
if we-
but incinerate one of them a little less so we can ask them what they're doing here.
Let me
I
examine.
don't think they're in a talking mood.
Do-
I take out my
I've never
bow.
bothered.
Yeah, sure, you do that.
I can start to pick them off from here. We may need those magical resources of yours for when we're actually at the location, huh?
Volos,
can
you
only
do
do
know
it.
that you will probably have to sleep out here before you get where you're going.
Yeah, true.
It's probably more than a single day's travel, but your
I-
point is not bad. You might
The
need it.
the other consideration is, how subtle do we want to be?
As a brick.
Oh, okay. I cast fireball.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't ask how big the room was.
I cast fireball.
Karen cast Fireball for the very first time with this character.
I think ever. I think this is the first time I've used it as this character. I don't.
We're 198. So close. Alrighty, 36 points of damage.
So it is
Wow.
20-foot radius dexterity
Yeah.
saving throw. They take the full damage on successful and half as much. Sorry, they take full damage on fail, half on successful dexterity
Alrighty.
saving throw.
36
Bickus,
is...
Bickus, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're enjoying. Do you
He's
know
my
Bickus?
friend. He's my friend.
Hey,
So what's the DC I need?
15.
Oh, they both fail.
Yay! 36 points of damage to both slimes.
Yeah, you, Vesna, could you make me a perception check, please?
Moi?
That-
Okay.
Yes.
Every slime in a 10-mile radius. So,
A 7.
No, don't worry about it. In fact, no, I will. I'll give it to you. Because it's funnier that the fail gives this to you. You hear the. Do you hear them, Vesna? The screaming of the ooze.
Oh no. Are
This,
they dead?
This sort of sizzling, popping, bubbling noise.
Oh my god.
Oh, that smells.
Wait, is this like a forever fire? Are they done?
Oh, they're well done.
But I'm nice.
Stick around, follow for more bad jokes like that.
Hey!
Try and humor.
Yeah, every slime within a 10-mile radius knows where we are and knows to stay the fuck away.
Catherine, the explosion was significantly larger than you thought it would be, but none of you were incommoded by it. It's big. It's a boof. Anybody who's unfamiliar with the spell might be impressed.
This is very good, but also bad because you just killed them.
Well, on the bright side, they won't be killing us anytime soon.
However,
Are sentient oozes really alive? I don't know if sentience is even the right way to describe them. To be honest, it is fine. They are merely an obstacle on our path, huh?
As you are looking off at these creatures, however, I think, Vesna and Catherine, can you please make dexterity saves? Vesna, this is a danger-sense situation, so yes, you do get advantage.
Dexterity save. Come on, don't be shit. Motherfucker, 7. I used up all my good luck on, like, completely nuking those slime
So,
spells.
Catherine, you nuke the oozes to death, and you're just standing there watching this. Really, like, I imagine you're, oh, Gallant, thank you very much for the follow, for the sub. You're watching, like, enjoying the explosion, and mildly surprised even your own self how big it was. You're like, I did not intend it to be that big.
Oh, it's just, I love the smell of burning ooze in the morning.
That was a little bit scary. And then you feel something grab a hold of your ankle. And with a sharp yank and quite possibly an embarrassed yelp, you are dragged into the water. You are standing all next to a large bog. Yeah.
Can I try to grab her if I'm close?
Can I see her?
It's very, very Star Wars in the meat compactor. It's a Vesna, I will allow an athletics check, but it's quite a high DC.
Okay, I'll try it.
So I am submerged.
I'm afraid not. You sort of, I would say you actually pull out a couple of feathers, like you just go, and get your arm like around you get your hand around the arm, but she slips out of it before you can tighten your grip. And Catherine, you are dragged under the water by this thing holding onto your ankle. I think now would be a fairly good time to, I wouldn't say any of you see what it was. You're all looking at a large explosion, and it's gone back under the water. There is a large amount of splashing, though. It's way more than just Catherine is splashing about. Something, let's just say a size class bigger than Catherine, is also splashing about.
Oh shit! And then like run towards it, and can I see like the vague outline of it all?
Yes, initiative, please, everybody.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Make me a perception check, Havier. 11. Oh, we have a 13 and a 6.
That was almost a 22.
Almost, but it wasn't. 13, a 2 from Vesna.
Yeah, don't remind me. I'm sad.
Volo got an 8. Solid work, guys. Love it. Love everything.
I just love how I'm vacillating between like falling over in the mud, nuking things from a distance, and then going back to being face down in the mud.
Very D&D of you.
Catherine,
In a real
you
time.
got the highest roll. You got the highest initiative. Javier, you can vaguely. I think you see a single limb flash out that looks quite amphibian.
Okay. Fucking turtle.
Sure.
All right. So, and whose turn is it? So,
So the creature who we shall call Jeremiah, got a nat 20 for their initiative.
Is this a giant bullfrog?
No, maybe.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not a giant bullfrog?
It's a mighty good friend of mine.
yeah.
So he's grappling you. In fact, he will go after everybody, I've decided, rather than before. So, Catherine, what do? You are currently underwater. Your leg is clamped in the jaws of a not giant toad. Totally not a giant toad.
Does it only look like a toad from certain angles?
Shut up. It's a callback to another show and it's hurtful. Just FYI, I'm not just being mean.
I'm going to boldly assume that I can't see anything right
No,
now.
it's pretty mucky and gross in here. You can feel stuff. There is reeds around you. It's not super deep, you wouldn't have said.
Because I could cast another spell. But which one? Which one? I won't do Fireball again.
A lot of spells require you to see. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the trick. I'm like, I need to be. A lot of them I need to be able to see what the hell I'm doing, and I can't right now. So.
Any way to escape?
Or like defend yourself.
I do have a dagger, so I could go old fashioned and
Or
just
like
fucking
just try and get rid of
stab
the.
it.
No, but you can like get out of the grapple.
Yeah, I'll try and break the grapple. I'll I'll just kick it in the head.
It is a strength check or it is a check, an acrobatics or athletics check to free yourself from the grapple if that's what you want to do.
Let's go acrobatics. I twist and kick and try and get my leg out
Very well.
from
You do that.
whatever is biting me.
He rolled a 4 on the dice, but you did not win. No.
Oh.
That's sad.
Turns out bullfrogs are reasonably strong creatures, particularly when they want to eat.
It's a bullfrog.
So it's a bullfrog.
No, I didn't say that. All right. So next it's Javier. No, it's not. I apologize. It's Volo.
Oh.
Then it's Javier.
Okay.
It is Volos, eh?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to kind of grasp through the air and pull through the fumes and kind of knit together the shadows into a ball and then toss the ball into the water, and I'm casting Summon Shadow Spawn in the water.
Wow. Okay. You do that. Yes.
And
There is a shadow spawn in the water. What does it look like?
It is okay. It is a shadowy Vulcan child. With bits missing, so there are like blue little flames in certain holes in the shape of it that's otherwise made of shadow.
Like it's been gnawed upon?
Yeah, it's the flesh eaten away a little bit.
Oh.
And this is going to be the aspect of terror. For anyone who's following along with the stat block, it just lets them do different kinds of things. And I believe it goes after me in initiative. Yep, it does. So that's my action to cast that. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to go into my form of dread. And parts of my fur kind of blow away on the wind. And I have a bit of a skeletal form showing. My eyeballs melt to just show blue fires in the sockets.
So they don't disappear, they melt away.
Yes.
Groovy.
I'm so glad I can't see this.
Don't worry, I will rescue you. And for entering into that form, I get 10 hit points, which I will roll.
Nice. I choose
And
violence.
So, yeah. So that's my turn, and then my shadow spawn goes. I don't need to be able to see this creature as long as my shadow spawn can sense it. And it has dark vision within a 120-foot radius. So, can it see this thing which is grappling?
No, it's underwater. It's like dark
So
vision isn't
I have cast it in water.
in the water.
Yeah.
It's more like it's not that the water is eating all light, or there is no light. It's that there is muck in the water. It can definitely attack the thing, but I wouldn't say it can see it.
Okay. It will go up to whatever blob of shape is trying to gnaw on Catherine and will attack. Is that going to be with disadvantage or?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
It's not a particularly high DC, but yes. Also, Petricorian, awesome name.
It is.
Ooh, yeah, that is cool.
14. Or
14 plus my spell attack modifier, which is going to make it hit probably.
yeah, I mean 14 does.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and this is going to be a chilling rend attack.
Oh.
So this is 1d12 plus 3
Oof.
plus 3, so 1d12
Oof.
plus 6. Here we go.
Oof.
So 16 cold
16 points of damage. Okay, noted. Ouch. Jeremiah
You're
did not
frantically
enjoy
buffing your
that.
bullfrog now.
Frantically buff the bullfrog. No, I'm not. I wrote rules for it. I'm sticking with them because I'm a good boy.
I just really
DM.
wanted to say buff your bullfrog. It sounds like it's a dirty metaphor.
It
even
sounds
though
very
it's-
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
damage. What I might do
Like, I gotta
is
go buff my bullfrog.
I might take about 10 feet worth of steps back away from the pool as well.
Very well, you do that. Yeah, you are still on reasonably solid ground, but the ground around here is fairly pool-ridden. Javier, it's your turn, and Vesna is on deck.
All right. Well, gonna just guiding bolt that shit.
Very well. Similarly, you can't. I'm gonna say it's like partial cover. If you're above the water and you're looking down onto it, you
How
can
far
see the
away are
splashing still, or about 20 feet max. Not
Okay.
particularly.
So they're 20 feet away.
Yes.
Okay. Could I get to the person? Could I get to them?
You could get to Catherine. Yeah, sure. You'd have
Could
to go
I-
into the water, but yes.
Yeah. Could I get to the bullfrog?
Yes.
All right. Well, instead of that, I thought they were further away. Instead of that, I will get as close as I can, and I will inflict wounds
Oof.
at second level.
Alrighty. This would be a melee attack. Melee spell attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Against a thing you can't really. I will allow, because you're not underwater. I will allow. It raises the thing's DC. It raises the thing's AC.
Oh, it does?
Because it's underwater, you can see the splashes, so you have a vague idea where it is. There is a trick, however. I am going to put disadvantage on this because it's holding Catherine, and you can't tell which is which.
Okay.
Please don't hit me.
Oh, imagine.
Ah.
Rip Catherine.
She's gonna be very mad at you.
A 9. He does
she's
not
alive.
hit. He does not hit you, but he does not hit the bullfrog. You're like, I don't want to hurt the one who said she's got my back. So I'm afraid that does not hit.
Well, that sucks.
Yes. Do you have anything else? You're now about probably to sort of chest deep in a pond, trying to grope around for an amphibian of some sort that is maybe eating an ally of yours?
I mean, 2 seconds. If I, I mean, nah, that's alright.
Okay.
No, that's all good.
Vesna, you are up.
Right.
So, your fellow servant is groping around in the bog.
Yes, I will join soon. I will first look.
Everybody
back.
gets in the bog.
Yes.
Oh no,
yes,
no.
I will look back at Volus and say, "Creepy as always. Good job." And
Blood,
she'll
blood,
take
blood.
out. Yeah, she'll take out one of the metal little bottles, uncork it, and say, "Let's help out this lady, shall we, Uncle?" And she will throw it out, and you see ashes spread in front of her. She will rage, and the ash will form another warrior, kind of in front of her.
Sure.
And together they rush forward.
Of course,
and-
you conjure your dead uncle, and this is not creepy, huh?
Well,
Says
he
the
doesn't have
eyeless
any-
Vulcan.
Yeah, he doesn't have any holes in him. He's just ash, okay? And she will do a reckless
His eyes
attack.
aren't melting.
Yeah, she'll do reckless attacks twice.
Okay, so you that balances out to even.
Yes. Let's hope I hit. Where are my attacks? It's great axe.
22 or 23. Yeah, you clock both times.
Well done.
Nice.
so-
I supposed to click on the damage now, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, sad damage.
7 and a 6. That's the 13 points more damage. Can you describe the attacks for me, please, Vesna?
Yes. So, of course, I don't see the thing fully, and I try to kind of hack into the water, hopefully not getting Catherine in it. And as Vesna does it, so does her ash uncle, kind of like lagging behind, like by a second, doing the same thing.
I really enjoy those 3 servants now standing in this pond. And a creepy little Vulcan child. But we
The
can't
bog
really
party.
see her. And it's probably for the best. Catherine, you feel, you can sense that there is legs, like, around you. There's a lot of splashing going around that isn't created by you. You're doing a fair amount of splashing, but you feel the grip on your ankle release. And the whatever it was holding you there retreats. As and
Opportunity
Catherine,
of attack.
Oh hell yes!
you may if you like. Everybody who's there.
Including the shadow.
I mean, I would say Jeremiah disengages, but I don't want to rob you of your fun. All right, go for it. Mace hits. Vesna does not, I'm afraid.
22.
Oh, the other one.
22.
Oh, that was damage.
For a
I
hit.
apologize. Yeah,
Yeah, that was damage.
So that's 20 all up. That does hit. Volos, no, I'm afraid.
15.
15.
It's a plus
okay.
6, 15.
No, I'm still no, I'm afraid. Yeah. Yeah, you get, it takes 20 further damage. And Catherine comes spluttering to the surface. And Catherine, you come spluttering to the surface. You are drenched. Your ankle hurts, but you don't think you've been wounded exactly.
Can I see my attacker?
You don't initially. However, about 10 seconds later, the tummy of a toad sort of floats up to the surface, about 15 feet away. It just sort of just floats there. One of its limbs is missing, and floats about
Looked
sort
like
of
a
10
lunch
feet
for
away.
you.
It is
Frogman.
comfortably larger than Javier. Catherine, if it had eaten you, and it was almost about to, it would have Jude Littlefooted you.
You mean I could have emerged triumphant from inside a bullfrog?
Yeah, I mean,
What happens if you cast Fireball inside a bullfrog?
You burn yourself.
both you and the creature expire, I think.
I didn't ask how big the bullfrog was.
Yeah, that's one mighty indigestion for.
Yes, that's more than a Barocca to deal with that.
I
I am-
pull Catherine out of the water.
Yeah.
I will gesture to my uncle to get back into the bottle.
Does he what is his manner does he just sort of
He
Or
high
is he
fives
like
me on the
one
way
arm?
and yep, like a genie.
Very well. So it is very much a sort of reverse, being vacuumed back into it a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Not
Yes.
like clambering over a ledge. So sort of like just
Yeah.
one leg in and then another.
He's like,
It's like
remember that film about the boombox genie or whatever the fuck? Yeah.
Sam,
Yes, exactly. That's the type of
starring
animation
Shaquille
I want.
O'Neal, I believe.
right.
Yes.
Okay. Noted. Well.
I think for a moment and then decide to dismiss my shadow spawn, who technically lasts for an hour, before it comes up in the image of a little shadow Vulcan girl dripping in water.
You're like, I don't need that. Questions.
No.
How corporeal are they?
Well,
Would
it's
it
a
be
shadow.
dripping? Yeah.
So, I mean, that's questions. How do shadows, which are 2D by nature, become corporeal? It's weird. It would probably be dripping because that would be the creepiest thing to possibly happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That would-
I feel
yeah.
like that's the
Yeah,
the rule
I would
that
say
Wait.
that we just see the head, the tip of the head, like the crown of the head emerge. You see ears, and then you're like, oh no, and click your fingers, and it disappears away
Wait,
again.
hold on. Are shadows 2D in Australia? You gotta get on that shit, buds.
Hold on.
we have
A
the
shadow's
technology.
3-dimensional in Russia?
Oh yeah.
Because I've
they
learned a
produce
lot.
one
I've
in the
learned a lot
country,
of
isn't there?
terrifying things about Russia in the last 24 hours, but that one.
Listen, sometimes they're indistinguishable from human beings.
What, pieces of shit? Or,
Anyway, on that note, we might take a short break. Brendan, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say the wind blows and then all my fur is back and my eyes are back and everything is fine.
That's
and
great
all
to know.
Javier says is, so you're all a bunch of weird fucking people, which is great. Awesome.
You
Come to no one.
you have met the Gilda Nightseed, huh?
I'm just busy prestidigitating myself clean.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so whilst you keep falling over, you keep cleaning yourself off again. So Catherine is still immaculate, but pissed. And getting a bit bored of saying the same
No more
short
bold
magical
words.
phrase.
No more. Remind me when we get back.
Writing it in a diary.
Tattoo
Well,
it on my arm. No work involved.
guys, this has been a genuine chuckle fest for me. Which is sad because that's not what most Ukrainians can say right now. We are encouraging people to raise money for the Ukraine appeal at the moment.
Oof, that's
Transition.
segue.
What a
Transition.
segue.
Thank you.
Oof. Oh my god.
That's why they pay me the no dollars. Guys, yeah, if you have any pennies to spare, please consider donating it to the Ukraine appeal, because there are over 8 million Ukrainian people currently fleeing violence. And it would be super groovy if we could help even a few of them. Like $50 is enough to get shelter for like a dozen of them for a week or something. It's like you can do quite a bit with not very much. So that would be groovy of you if you have the spare resources. I know everything's pretty tight right now. Trust me, I'm aware. Guys, we will go for a short break and we will be back in 5 to 10. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Tales of Pesh, thank you for the raid. And Raiders, thank you so much for sticking around. Thanks to all of our new followers. Thanks to our new sub.
you.
Good on you guys. We will be back very shortly. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Avast ahoy, mateys! We'll be back for more Humblewood. It has been a hot minute, but we are back for more Humblewood silliness. Yes, episode 1 of season 2. Whatever happened to Havier, or as I like to call it, a near undeath experience. But we haven't gotten there yet. Spoilers. So, yeah, you guys are back in the mock fields. We have just rescued Catherine from being eaten by Jeremiah, who was a bullfrog, and is now a dead bullfrog.
Was no friend of mine.
What strange creature will try to eat Catherine next? Who knows? There's the fun.
There's a whole contingent of people who are into that, so let's not.
All right.
What do you mean, let's not? We're gonna, like, court another audience. Let's go.
Here we are, coming forward with the fairy ball. Let's do it.
Let's kill some more like slime shit. Okay, let's go.
Once Catherine has finished cleaning herself up, she's gonna like look around at the team and say, "Thank you. That was unpleasant."
Could have been so much worse. As soon as you'd gotten swallowed, you would have started taking acid damage. Alrighty.
I like that.
Perhaps we should stay clear of the deeper parts of the box, huh?
Probably
You'd think
wise.
the massive fireball would have scared it off.
Can we perhaps use that frog body as a floaty to help us cross?
You think you're comfortable going in the big water?
Well, it's big for some of us. I eat my carrots, so, you know, quite tall.
I'm sure that we can go around if that is indeed the directions that we need to go, huh?
I guess you're kind of tall.
In theory,
Thank you for acknowledging that.
in theory, Vesna is very tall. I don't want to Servan and Corvum are the two big Humblewood races. They tend to be the ones that are over 5.5 foot tall.
Well, how are you tall are you, Vesna?
Yeah.
Really fucking tall, taller than your mom. I don't know where that came from. She's tall.
No, legit though, because is Javier taller than you?
Listen, do I have to look at what feet are?
No.
What are
do you know what centimeters
What are you in meters?
Yes, in meters she'd be like 230.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Javier. That's.
Is
So
it the
they're-
same?
They're pretty much exactly the same height. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, except
nice.
I've got a bit.
Now get back to back,
those-
and we'll measure you from the antlers, yeah?
Listen, my antlers are big and they have a plastered on razor blades. So, you know, who's winning?
Wait, you turned your anklers into a shiv?
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah. So everybody here, you're all death worshippers. You're metal as, okay? No, it doesn't need to be a competition.
Yeah, this is needlessly competitive. I don't know where that came from.
You're both deer with antlers. That's inherently competitive.
I
Alrighty.
just start bucking.
Oh, you wanna go? You wanna go?
The tracking was really struggling when.
Yeah, the builder wasn't quite keeping up.
Oh dear.
It makes it look like you've got after images.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's do something easy, huh?
Yeah, let's do that.
I would like to go around the water. Thank you. And if someone could stay between me and the edge of the water, even better.
Alrighty.
Do that.
You continue along. Around nightfall, Volos finds you a place to rest. A raised stump of ground with a few gnarled trees on it. The bog sloshing gently around the southern half of it. You manage to light a fire, but there is very little dry wood and no cover, so when around midnight it starts to rain, the fire dies. how do you approach this night of sleep? Do you sleep in watches? What's the deal?
I imagine sleeping in watches, given I got dragged underwater by a giant bullfrog's probably smart.
Watches are a good idea, I think.
Yes, we have to keep an eye out for, like other frogs.
I would be concerned about more oozes, which may not make much noise in the night.
In the
many-
course of the day, you did see a couple more, but they were a lot further away, and you managed to avoid them.
How many watches do we need for everyone to get a long rest?
4 would do it. You just have to sleep slightly longer, but yeah.
Okay.
You rest for you'll each get 8 hours if you all take a 2 hour or 2.5 hour over a 10. You know, you don't have to be asleep for the whole 8 hours to get a long rest as long as you're not doing anything.
Do I have dark vision? I probably don't.
I think the only one who does is Catherine, although Volos might.
I do.
I do indeed have dark vision.
Okay. So, the two who are awake when it's still some light would probably be Havier and Vesna. So, what order would you go in? Because this might be important.
Catherine, why don't you go first, huh?
Well, I can see very well in the dark, so...
So can I.
Okay, why is everyone so competitive today? I will go first while it's sunset.
Then, throughout the nighttime hours, Catherine and Volos first and second?
Yeah.
So second and third, rather. Catherine second or third?
Third.
Okay. And Javier goes last. All right. Catherine, make me a perception check.
How many bullfrogs are descending upon me?
500.
Dirty 20.
Alrighty, Catherine. You are a little on edge because of how you almost got eaten by a giant bullfrog. You spot in the dark a trio of slimes. This time a purple, actually quite a fetching purple, and a couple of blue ones. And they you spot them about 5 feet away from Vesna, who is currently asleep. They are
Not cast fireball.
They are clearly about to start sort of... Slimes don't eat people, they sort of absorb them.
You sit and stare at them as they
Yeah, you
devour.
do nothing. Thanks.
I am going to use sleep. Can slimes sleep?
It's a great idea because Vesna's already asleep. Yeah, you do that. I'm not going to say they can't sleep. They are creatures.
They are creatures. So the one that has the lowest hit points is affected first. And it'll ripple along and they fall unconscious until the spell ends.
Roll me some hit points of knocked out.
Wait. Roll 5d8. Why can't? Where's my 5d8? The thing popped up telling me I can roll 5d8.
Bottom left.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Why aren't you showing me the dice? Show me the dice.
Roll them bones.
Hang on.
Slimes, apparently.
'Cause, yeah, it says roll 5d8, but it's not actually giving me the dice thing to click on.
Oh. Can you just, in the bottom right, there should be just a manual...
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
really annoying. The other one, it just popped up, and then this one, it's just like, nah, soz.
But bottom left, rather, there is a manual
Yeah,
dice
that's
roller.
annoying. Alright, 5d8 coming up.
There we go. Oof,
Hey, woo.
rough.
That is very rough.
1, 6, 1, 5, 3. That's rubbish. Catherine, the first one of them sort of slumps. It's really hard to, tell really in the darkness. But yeah, the first one sort of goes still, and sort of like yeah, it sort of puddles a little bit. Like it loses a lot of its momentum and consistency. It's still there and still contains its own self, but it's not a. It was moving around like with the profile like a wave. You know, the sort of one giant sort of peak looking around, and then it just sort of puddles down. The other two, the blue ones, sort of avoid and go around it, but are still very much incoming.
Cool.
Although one of them does look a little bit sluggish. If you'll pardon
The
the
slime
is that
looks
a pun?
sluggish.
Is it punish? Is it a pun or is it a play on words? I wasn't deliberate.
I'm gonna swear internally and cast sleep again.
It screams internally, goes again.
Wait, isn't it concentration?
You want to like wake
It
us
is
up
concentration.
or some shit, or
Oh,
just
yeah.
keep trying
So
to
that
put them
other
all to
one,
sleep?
yeah.
Who's nearest to me that can be kicked awake at short
Vesna.
notice?
Vesna is very near to the things.
I'll yell Vesna's name to wake her up.
What? Ah! And I'll just kick one of them. Get away!
Yeah, make a melee, an unarmed melee attack.
Oh, don't want to be
Let's
doing that to
go.
slides.
It's all instinct, baby. 26.
Oof. Yeah, you clock it a good one. Roll me some bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I will. It's
5.
it's just my strength +1, yeah, because it's.
Oh yeah, because it's unarmed. Yeah. Still 5. That's pretty decent. Yeah. I'm gonna say for expediency, you cop the sluggish one, because it doesn't. It's the slow one. It doesn't manage to get out of the way, and it sort of reels back from you, making this hurt burbling sound. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sort
Can you just leave?
You are welcome to make a persuasion check, or no, it'd have to be intimidation. It would have to be intimidation.
Oh, I am proficient. Ew.
A surprise.
Ooh. Listen, that's 23 though.
Yeah, it buggers off. And
Bye.
it pisses off. The other one, however, has decided that you're too hard and starts going for... Omi, can you roll me a 1d2 in chat? Highs it's Brendan, lows it's Javier.
Who would be the sacrifice?
Catherine,
Would they
you see
wake
it going...
Would they wake up when I screamed?
Yeah, when Catherine screamed your name, I don't know.
You
You
guys,
guys can make perception checks, rather.
Yeah. I persuade myself to
probably
come
not.
awake.
Yeah.
I'm probably
Not
not
in
a
the sleep.
deep sleeper.
Javier is in quite a deep slumber. It's been a hard day's trudge through the muck. However, Volos, it wakes up immediately with his -1. So it'll probably be going for Javier.
Cool.
Oh, can I cast another spell, or do we need to do?
Yeah, I'm not. This is really. It wasn't intended as a combat, just a sort of yeah. You can make him go away.
Cool. I'm gonna cast reduce on the remaining slime.
Oh, that's cute.
It has to pass a will save to resist it. Yes.
If it is unwilling, it has to make a Constitution save.
Con
Beat
save.
15.
Doesn't.
It is halved in all dimensions. Its weight reduced to 1/8 of normal.
So it's very small puddle of ooze.
And Catherine's like, bugger off.
I pick up my rapier and kind of get it under and flick it away.
Yeah, I love this. It would be a rapier attack, but you're not trying to do any damage. Please make an attack roll.
Okay.
In fact, I'll give you advantage because it's now extremely slow.
Great. Okay.
It's a teeny weeny little one.
Yeah. It's like flicking away a jelly baby.
There you go. 16.
Yeah. Yeah. You get your rapier under the edge of this jelly that is about the size of like a wedding cake. And just flick it off into the muck. And because it does not seem to have actually stopped. It's still going. It's just going slower. It doesn't seem to have registered its size decrease. It's like, the food's enormous now. Amazing. And yeah, you flick it off into the muck and it goes, so yeah, 3 of you are now awake. Havier is still fast asleep and blissfully so. And Vesna, you
now
can't
his
see
watch.
anything. You can't see anything. The sun has not come up yet. It's the sky is just starting to lighten on the horizon, but it's probably not quite time for Javier's watch.
Well, let's just all go to sleep and make this Javier's problem, and the third one he'll deal with.
Yeah. So one's asleep. How long does the sleep last for? Is it an hour?
I'm gonna check.
Like a minute.
Like a minute. It's gonna wake up soon, so
Yeah.
someone
Wow,
needs to
that's
do
a
something
power
about
nap. Power nap. That's really,
Yeah.
really
That
quick.
one's going to wake up soon. If anyone wants to, hit it with something.
Yeah. I've got my rapier out. If I was to cast Green Flame Blade, how would that react given what I saw from Fireball earlier?
As in doing fire damage to it, it would be unpleasant for it. Oh, you mean swamp gases?
Yeah, like it wouldn't combust us.
No. Green Flame Blade is a different kind of fire.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, I do that.
You do that. Yeah. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You slash it up. It's currently it's a puddle. It's really hard to miss a puddle with your flaming torch sword. Just roll me some damage.
Great. And rather than green flame, it's probably blue flame.
Love it. It barely shows in the dark, and it's probably only showing as well as it is because of how dark it is. I'm imagining this like when you light a Christmas pudding. A little bit of pud.
You didn't say there was food.
Wait, is that
And a little
how
bit of
in,
ooze?
is that how in The Sims where you like make an iceberg cake? You see my
And you light
references
it?
for cooking. Yes, it's in
Yeah.
Sims.
Yeah.
Yes, but is that how you do
The
with
same, but
pudding as
with you
well?
do it with the fruit pudding at Christmas time.
Oh,
A little bit of brandy.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot
Well,
of
a
brandy.
lot of brandy if you're Josh's dad.
It takes quite a bit of brandy to get it lit.
No, your dad's just really enthusiastic.
And it takes a lot of brandy. Yeah, 11 points of fire damage. Yeah, it dies. It sort of wakes up, squeals, pops, and dies. It's a sort of bubbling noise as it's when you insert when you like put molten metal into water, you get this. It's that noise as you slide.
Delicious.
Wallace, Catherine, do you have a piece of parchment?
Yes.
Oh, can you give it to me, please?
And I'll get her a piece of parchment.
Sure, you do that.
I will decorate it with little flowers. I will write a sign called "Slimes, please don't come. We killed 6 of you already. Thank you." And I'll post it on one of the trees next to us. There you go.
Aw.
That should help.
I love the flower detail. Yeah. You know what? Even if we don't get to 200 tonight, 2 more followers. It's all we need. Daria, you have advantage. You have.
Oh,
I will give you inspiration for that.
Oh, thank you.
That was adorable.
Can I use my keen dark sight to have a scout around to see if anything else is coming to try and eat me?
You can do that. I will.
Because
allow
I
it.
don't quite trust her now, can I help out, please?
Hey, she saw it coming.
Who said this is Javier's story? It's our story now. That is living.
What did Javier do?
The other 3 had a
nap.
very exciting fight while Javier slept through the whole goddamn thing. Catherine, yeah, you don't think there are any more coming.
Cool.
Volos, you are welcome to make the check as well.
Yeah. I've seen how she journeys so far.
Your eyes melt and you check out the surroundings. For someone with a -1, you're doing extremely well.
Yeah,
but
I have pluses to perception. This isn't fair.
Yeah, this is wild.
Hey, look, as long as someone's spotting the no slimes that are coming. No, Volos, you can't see any. It strikes you they probably gathered together. They wouldn't have come one at a time. They would have oh, there's 2 more mates. All right, let's go, let's eat something. Yeah. Yeah, they're like football hooligans. They're like, oh, I don't want to beat up someone. Oh, yeah, let's go.
But you did. Thank you.
Yeah.
They're ganged up.
Just a bunch of Millwall supporters came over in the middle of the night and tried to eat you. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell the others to go back to sleep, and I'll, sit on red alert for the rest of my watch, and then kind of poke Havier awake.
Very well, you do that. Do Vesna and Volos manage to get back to sleep?
Yeah.
Reluctantly, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. You do that.
Probably quite lightly.
Cool.
And I will inform Havier when I poke him awake. It's like, there were slimes. You slept through it. I shrank one. It might come back. And then I go back to sleep.
Okay, as long as I don't have to deal with it, thank you. Cool.
Just wake someone up.
Is anyone hurt?
No, we're all fine.
Good. Okay.
Yep. Also cool. So what's fun is Javier. You don't have to do this, but everybody else did. Vesna and Volos. You have to make con saves, please.
Okay.
Are we in a lair?
Are we in some sort of lair?
I hate lairs. Can we not be in a lair?
That was a 14.
And a 16. Yeah, you both passed, don't worry.
Only us? Do we get like a weird cough?
No,
or,
so
like,
what
a
the
pimple
trick
in the
is, what
morning?
happened is because you two had interrupted sleep, I was making you, so you were passing a con save to not take a level of fatigue. But I didn't make it a huge DC, just if you'd roll very badly, you would have had a level of fatigue.
So when
However,
you said
Javier slept through
don't-
it, so it didn't matter.
So when you said you don't have to sleep all 8 hours consecutively, you just lied.
I
Okay.
didn't say that. I didn't.
I call DM bullshit.
So soon, we barely started.
If you wake up in the middle of a perfectly nice, I think you'll find what I actually said was, as long as you don't do anything strenuous during that 8 hours, as long as it's restful, you woke up and killed something. That's a thing. A thing happened to you, and I still let you.
Very relaxing.
And I still let you have a full night's sleep. You just needed to pass a con check.
you.
You're a very good DM.
Daria loses her.
Generous.
Daria loses her advice.
Oh no.
Rocks
it was
fall.
nice while it lasted.
All right. So
This is such a fun and interactive story that I'm having.
the rain lets up around dawn, and Javier wakes you all up. The sun rises murkily across the bog. With it, the day's insects begin again. How is the group all feeling?
Well rested and undisturbed. And
And a
bored.
little bit salty. Yeah.
A little salty that he didn't get to kill a thing.
Look, I yelled really loudly. It's really on you that you're such a deep sleeper.
Yes,
Heck,
it is
I
on
yelled,
me
she
to not
yelled.
wake up the party when you were under attack. Yes, that it was on my fault. That your job as the watch did not alert your party. Yeah, that is totally my fault. You're right. I'll remember that.
I'm glad we're all on the same page.
I am sensing some hostilities. Let us channel this anger into
This
our
was
task, yeah?
out of character, excuse me. Javier.
I couldn't tell because you still had the antlers on.
Well, if I do this...
All right.
Oh,
Perception checks, please.
Watch me nail it again.
Yeah. That's not
hey,
bad.
15. Not
Hey.
shit.
Come on, Volos. No. You had to fail eventually.
Just because you flexed on us, that's what you
Yeah,
get.
it definitely was.
That's funny.
That was my
Vesna,
hubris.
Vesna and Catherine, you do
You get a
spot.
mosquito in the eye.
Yes. You resume your journey west, and after a couple of hours trudge, you seem all marginally better after yesterday's steep learning curve in the challenges of marsh travel. You can make out figures in the distance to the southwest. You are heading due west. To your southwest, there is a couple of figures. They appear to be traveling in the same direction you are, as in to the same place you are. But they don't appear to have noticed you.
What do they look like?
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry, that's right.
They are quite a long ways away. They are both humanoid. But beyond that, it's too far. You didn't roll high enough to be able to tell.
I will elbow Catherine and say, should we say hi? It's kind of awkward when you go and someone else goes in the same direction, close by, and you don't talk. It's kind of awkward.
Would we be able to tell if they were slimes? Are they humanoid?
They are humanoid.
Okay.
It's about all you can get. You get a vague impression that they are both humble folk, not bird folk.
I suggest we approach stealthily.
I don't know how to do that.
I am very disadvantaged at doing that.
Well,
Clank, 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 clank.
How about you guys stay here and I'll approach stealthily, try and get to grips with the situation. And then I'll
Okay.
flick
That's a good
the
idea.
dog in the swamp somewhere.
If you wish to kill yourself, go for it. This is the frog situation all over again.
Well, actually, Catherine, my cousin is very curious. Can you take him with? And, you both can tell us later what's up.
When she says cousin, what exactly is she handing me?
A bottle of ash.
Okay, sure.
Great.
Paulus, are you sneaky?
Yes, I do not know if we should split up too much. I think that anyone who is out this far is probably only after the same things that we are. And I do think that if we are approaching them sneakily, then it is inevitable that it will end in combat. So is this what we want?
Well, we don't have to approach the whole distance stealthily, just close enough to work out who they are, and then we can decide whether to reveal ourselves or not, so to speak.
Okay, I will go with you some ways.
All right. How close would you say you get? They are probably about 400 feet away.
Let's halve the distance.
Okay.
Go 200 feet. And I'll
very
just say
well.
to the others, if I do a bird call, come quickly.
We will set a signal. You will see it.
Okay. Cool. So you two and a bottle of ash go and stealth up. Make me stealth checks, please.
$25.
Nice.
Wow.
10 out of 10. Okay, you do that. Yeah, you get to about 200 feet away from the DC. Was not very high because you're not going very close. You get about 200 feet away. You may make perception checks to see what these things are.
11.
Natural 20, baby.
You cannot be for real. What is this?
That's amazing. Volos. So Catherine, you can't really make out anything more than you could before. Like bit of swamp gases. You're just really having the worst day. Volos, your familiarity with this terrain allows you to make out these. It appears to be a pair of Mapatch. One you would guess is injured. There's something a little off about their movements, though. It could well be the bog, but one of them seems to be injured, and the other one seems to be helping them along. There's a significant limp.
Now
They have not noticed you, or at least they don't appear to have.
when you say there's something a bit off about them, do they appear to be speaking to each other or interacting with each other in any way other than physically holding weight for the other?
I mean, you're 200 feet away. You'd probably have to get closer to be able to tell anything of merit. But from this distance, it's hard to say. You would say probably not. It doesn't look like they're talking. They seem pretty fixated on their end goal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you relay this to the half-blind Catherine? Apparently got mud in her eyes.
Very good at night.
Let me get this out.
I think they're taking too long. I just go start walking up to
One of them seems.
Hey, hello down there. Hey, some fellow people. Hello, people. Hello.
I go behind him like, oh, what is this? I
Hello.
thought we
I'm getting
decided."
really, hello. What's going on?
Sure. You begin heading in the same direction Catherine and Volos went?
Yeah. So are they sneaking just directly behind them? Or?
I think they went like pretty much in a direct line towards these creatures, but only went about half the distance.
No, I just keep going ahead. I just start walking straight up to the just walking. I'm trying to get to the end goal. I feel like we're
Okay.
dragging on.
All right, sure. So you are ignoring the people?
What, the people?
They are traveling parallel to your course. They're not in front of you. They are to the south of you.
Oh, all right.
Heading in the same direction, but they're not ahead of you. They are around about even with you.
Yeah.
And moving a bit slower, so you'll probably get there first.
Do we want to? Sorry, I got them misconstrued. I was thinking they were more ahead of us than. In fact, no. So I'll just trudge forward towards our target destination. Do you know roughly how far we are from our target destination?
Hang on.
Do we see a building?
With that 19, yes. Looking off into the, like, you try and figure out where they're going, and you look over, like, where they seem fixated upon, like, you get the impression that they are fixated, so you have a look, and rising out through the mists, you see a roof ahead. As you examine it, you notice the remains of a track that someone has rather optimistically tried to lay in the muck, that these creatures, these people seem to be moving along.
And we're kind of moving parallel
to this, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we head towards the house.
Yep.
Cool. If Volos tells me what he sees, I'm just going to be like, we can outpace these motherfuckers.
I think that we can, yes.
All right, you go back.
I also suspect that if the place that we're going to is a cradle of undead, that so might those things be.
Oh, good point. Let's go.
Yeah, they traveled no further than 200 feet, so it's only about 30 seconds travel, technically speaking, to get back to the group. So Javier, you haven't had to wait for very long. But if you, as I would imagine, as you see them turn to come back, you like, right, okay, they can meet us, and we carry on. So Javier and Vesna continue walking. You are aware of these pathings now, but they don't appear to pay any attention to you. And your paths
Even when Javier called out?
Did Javier call out? I'm sorry, I'm confused on that.
No, I did. Sorry, I thought they were ahead of me for some reason.
No. No, that's all good. So yeah. Your paths do begin to converge with them. What you could see, Volos, in the distance was probably 500 feet distant, but yeah, the paths that were parallel are now very much coming to a connection point.
I think we can just rush there and get there like as soon as they can, and we can kill them if they fight us.
But
Very well.
if we cut into queue, that's a little bit impolite, isn't it?
We're ahead.
Excuse
Technically,
me, if it's
we're
one
ahead.
Yeah.
Well, they were here first, but okay.
Just because we saw them first does not mean that. No, they're just moving slowly. We are here first. They're not even there yet. We're not even there yet. Let's get there, then decide who's in the queue, okay? Queue
I
master
feel like you're
over
a little
here.
bit. I sense some contempt. Don't know where that came from. Just because my horns are better than yours, don't have to be so salty about it.
All right. So who's trying to be non-competitive?
Can we butt horns?
I'm
in?
already walking. I'm ahead.
I'm walking. I'm
Ignore
not
the
stopping.
servant.
I'm not stopping. I'm
Ignore
talking
them.
behind me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
So-
even acknowledging.
The path leads you to the front gate of a manse, a building that would once have been quite handsome. A sprawling two-story affair, the mighty stone facade now covered in moss and vines, and several of its windows are shattered or missing. There is a decent-sized hole in the roof, and it is in better nick than most of the other buildings. There is a low wall around the whole thing, creating an oval over 300 feet wide to keep the bog at bay. And for the most part, it's successful. It has been built on a low hill, which seems to be partially covered in trees, though there is still seems to have been partially covered in trees, but is mostly cleared now. Though there is still a sizable stand of gnarled and twisted trees at the rear of the building. Aside from the main house, there is a large barn, a stables, and an adjoining paddock. A long, low line of identical rooms roofed with thatch, rather than the slate of all the other buildings, and a trio of outbuildings. None of which you can actually really make out from your current angle. At the moment, all you can see is this great stone building that's really quite... It looks like it might have been quite pretty once upon a time.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and suggest that this is it.
Oh yes, we shall see. And I kind of do this, and as my eyes go white, and kind of a green-black band of energy swells around my head as I cast Locate Object.
Ooh.
God, the music just came in so well with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Judging by the organs, I think this is the place.
Yeah.
Who brought the band?
So locate object. Please tell me exactly how that spell works. Like, I probably need the exact word.
Well, I describe or name an object that is, I guess, familiar to me. Like, as in, I've had the idea.
You know what it is, and you know vaguely what it does. Yep,
And then
sure.
you sense the direction to the object's location as long as that object is within the 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you've seen it up close, but that's only within 30 feet at once. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. Spell can't locate cannot locate an object if any thickness of lead blocks a direct path.
Mm-hmm. Noted.
The house is made of
Does
lead.
this spell use nuclear radiation?
Any other kind of material blocks it? No,
No,
just lead.
Just lead.
Okay. Alrighty. Trying to decide if you would.
Soul Forge.
I'm trying to decide if it would work.
It says the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind.
Yes. But you can
How many
only.
soul forges are in there?
But this is the trick.
Yeah,
if
so
it's just, it's a kind of soul forge. Everybody, like, there's common or garden ones. This one is a, yeah.
Well, we're looking for a Soul Forge, so any will do.
I'm gonna say, I know it's not technically in the precise wording of the spell, but I'm gonna say you can definitely sense it within 150 feet, and you get the impression that it's underground.
Okay, so it's concentration.
Yeah.
So up to 10 minutes, so I can be like, cool, this is the place.
You can, you would say you're about, I'm going to say you're at the gate. So you're about 60 feet away. No, you're about 30 feet away from there's a set of 4 or 5 steps that lead up to the main entranceway of the manse, which has pillars supporting a small portico at the front, and then a very grand looking door that has seen better days. So 150 feet probably ahead of you. You guess. You're getting the feeling that it's about 150 feet ahead of you. But on a slight incline down.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, this is the place.
I want to, while he's doing that, I want to take a look around and see if I can see those limping bodies, those limping figures that we
You never really got out of sight of them. So yeah, you can still definitely see them. I imagine you've probably been keeping an eye on them at all times. So
How
yeah,
close are they now?
They are about 200 feet behind you. They are not very quick, but they have kept up reasonably well.
Point them out again to everyone and say, I do not particularly want any kind of strangers at our back if we are going into this unknown territory. I would suggest that we confront these people, if they are indeed people, and if they are not people, then
I cast fireball.
Hell yeah.
I want bodies.
You want?
I'm saying I will, not I.
Oh, I thought you were to do. Okay.
If we establish that they are,
just sorcerer things, you know.
Yeah. Just if we establish that they're a threat, boom.
As long as you leave some remains, huh?
They are coming close quite menacingly.
No,
think
they're
we should-
coming close, just in a limpy sort of. Oh, I'm quite injured, but I'm helping my friend to
I'm not
shelter sort of
stating
away.
the facts. I'm stating how Vesna sees them. They're coming slowly but menacingly.
Okay, sure. Vesna sees them menacingly. Very well.
Yes.
You do that. Yeah, they're about 200 feet away and closing at about 15 feet every 6 seconds.
I draw my
Mechanically.
bow, and I say, Vesna, Javier, do the two of you perhaps want to approach and make conversation?
Look intimidating.
Oh, we can do that.
Why don't we just wait for them to come here and...
It's gonna take a while, and you
ambush
have a
them?
spell.
Well, if we
How
wait for
long
them to come
are
here,
we in
then
a particular rush at this point?
It'll take them at least a minute.
Yeah, a minute is no problem.
Stand
this
there.
is fine. You just seem to be in somewhat of a rush, and if we
I
wait
was
for
in
them
a
to
rush to get
approach,
here, and if you do not want them around, we can. I'm sure that we can prepare something instead of leaving the place that we rushed to.
He has a point.
this is fine. I just think that we would no longer have the benefit of range.
Well, if we wait until they come to us, then we still have range. But I do not want to get too close to them, if you know what I mean.
You're the boss.
Is he? Okay, excellent.
Catherine catches follows that.
Okay, sure. You do that. You wait for the remaining 45 seconds while this conversation has happened, and then another, I'm not even going to make you... actually, can I get a perception check to notice something quite specific? Unless you would choose to use a different skill to notice something off, like if you're trying to sense something about these creatures or people that might be different.
You said they are like one of them was limping. Can I try to use medicine
Yes.
to try and
You
understand
may.
what's going on?
Ignore those rolls.
Ooh, 21 though.
21.
Natural 20. 22
And-
perception.
Let's go.
Can I tell me no, but can I use
No.
history? I know how undead move. Can I use history to recall if this is the same kind of
You
move?
may.
Great.
I like that, actually, because the answer is complicated.
I couldn't
These are not moving like undead creatures. Catherine. Vesna, what were you... Sorry, you were trying to determine the injury?
Yes, I was trying to determine what's wrong with them. Why are they moving so slowly? And
What you
weirdly?
can tell is that there is... At this distance, you can tell one is a male map patch, the other is female. The male has a broken leg. Dead set broken. The two of the bones are sticking through the skin. And he is limping pretty badly on it. The female is
they
supporting
seem
him.
alive.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Oh,
You wanted to
Okay.
determine the injury. Catherine, who rolled a nat 20, as Omi correctly points out. Yeah, Catherine, so the weird thing about these guys, and Javier, what did you roll? A 15 for perception. Javier, you'd spot that these... They look like they've got gunk in their fur. Like nasty, muck. Ooze muck from
Catherine?
the swamp.
Fireball.
Catherine, one of them has like a bright pink ooze sort of in her fur.
An ooze sarong.
Sort of, a little bit more like more like like an anatomical diagram of like muscles. The ooze appears to have replaced some of the musculature of these creatures.
Them ooze mimics. Oof.
Instead of a blouse, it's a blues.
Oh, you tried. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
A tuxedo.
A Zeus, an Oozby, an Oozby. And the other one has the female has oddly a pink one, and the other one has like this lime green ooze covering most of it and dripping a little bit off the broken leg.
Have I encountered anything like this before?
Catherine, make a history check.
Do oozes possess people?
Catherine, we said fireball 5 seconds ago. You haven't done anything yet.
10 to see if I know what the fuck is going on.
You've never heard of anything like this. What the fuck? I will say. So yeah, Catherine, Javier is now like pointedly saying fireball. Fireball.
I'm gonna be like, are we curious, or do we just want to go scorched earth on this?
Okay.
I'm gonna let loose an arrow.
Woof.
I've had
someone
my
else-
bow at the ready. I'm going for it.
Yeah, you make an attack roll.
Oh my god, as this happens, Vesna's like, if you're normal people, sorry.
Vesna,
Yes.
make an insight check.
Oh my god, okay.
21. Yeah, you hit.
Listen,
18.
I'm good at it. 18.
Vesna, they don't appear to acknowledge anything you said.
Okay.
That's
All
quite
right,
rude.
my conscience is
Quite
safe.
rude of them.
Okay. Yes.
This
This is
is
fine.
12 for what it's worth magic damage.
Nice.
The tips of the arrows have a little blue flame on them,
Yeah,
and because this is my packed weapon, I can do a second attack.
Very nice.
Hell
You
yeah.
can. And which one were you aiming for? The male or the female? The green or the pink?
The green, the male.
And then the second one, a 13 to hit, does.
Great.
Oh, for a further
9
9.
damage on that one.
These two arrows hit the male, you say?
Yep.
Cool, you do that. And it takes some damage.
Yeah, magical damage for it. It's
Magical, yes, absolutely.
and it
thank you.
doesn't stop moving. It just
No.
continues trudging.
If anything, this is the first indication you have that they have acknowledged your presence at all. Like, the two of them hit the thing's chest, and it looks up, and its mouth sort of hinges open, and, like, quite a long Mapatch mouth, so it's got quite a long snout. And the mouth appears... It looks like, like he's been chewing a lot of gum. Like it's almost stuck together by the goo in its mouth. And so, yeah, there's sort of ropes of goo holding the top and bottom together. And you hear this noise.
I
Catherine,
cast fireball.
for once, I agree with Javier. This is a fireball moment.
Catherine cast fireball.
What a long time that took.
You feel so vindicated, don't
Catherine
you?
was a little curious about what the fuck was going on. So, 29. A lot of fours there.
And they have to make dex saves?
Yes, I had to beat a dex save of 15.
Nope. Yeah, they both take it, and they both immolate. Catherine, you nuke them. Oh, actually, that's fun. Plus the DC, plus the damage taken. Probably not. No. Yeah, they both die. I needed nat 20s for them to not die.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was very upsetting.
Hexblade with ranged back, hex bow. Yeah, exactly.
Fireball for all your battle ending needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
How far away are they?
They got to about 25 feet.
Well, waste not, want not. I do none of you mind? And
I'm pretty sure that they are burnt to crisp.
They're bones at this point. There is not much else left.
I can work with bones.
He
Walk
makes
over
a
to
sort
them.
of. Yep.
And I do one last look to the rest of my friends, just like, do you mind? Cool.
Anybody?
Animate dead.
You do that.
I make a skeleton.
You make which one? One has a broken leg. Is the
Yeah, I'd
question.
go for the one that doesn't have a
Yeah, the one that doesn't. Which one doesn't have the broken?
The
leg?
female doesn't have the broken leg.
That's the one I was
That
going
one-
to choose anyway.
Goes with a guarantee for 2 years, so that's good.
Yep, I make
Cool.
a female Mapat skeleton.
You do that. Cool. Yeah, you now have a female Mapatch skeleton that obeys your every whim.
What's the other one?
Also,
male
a
Mapatch.
Mapatch is male. And slightly used, slightly damaged. Shop worn.
Mapback
charred.
skeleton, never worn. Yeah, sad. Well, let's go into the house, maybe.
Well, the good thing is we've got. I assume this fellow does what you tell him to. Her to. Tell her to.
Yes, this is right. It is no longer alive.
Cool. Does it want to go open the door
it
and
is a
make sure
tool?
nothing's gonna like explode out in our faces?
You urge the lady, and I ask it to go and open the door for us.
Cool.
We stand about 20 feet back.
Yeah.
This whole
Can
time,
I get you
Javier's
to
like,
roll a perception check, please?
All of us?
Yes. Unless you think you might be distracted.
I'm very distracted.
19.
Catherine, there we go.
Nat 20.
Javier, nice, nat 20s. Yeah, Javier, you're now, your brain is on this now. You're in the zone. You're in the place. Catherine makes this out as well, but definitely Javier gets it first and can tell exactly what it is. You can hear the distinctive scrape of a shovel in ground coming from the far side of the house. It's outside, definitely outside.
There's someone else here.
Digging.
Okay, so let's go around the other side of the house. Follow me.
Catherine just lights the tip of one finger on fire and is just like,
I leave the skeleton there with skeletal hand on doorknob.
Okay. You do that. Yeah, do you go quietly?
Yeah, I sneak as
Oh.
much as I can.
yeah, I go
We
quietly.
sneak. Yeah.
As stealthy as two and a bit meter deers can.
Very well. Yeah, the other two can also make stealth checks. I tend to do stealth as a group.
I got a 22, so
And
hopefully
that's
that
not-
pulls up some of the others.
Nice.
6.
10.
Vesna used
They're
her advantage.
shoveling. I mean, that's. Oh, yes. Let's use my advantage. Yes. It's gonna be worse. Look. Oh no, it's better.
Okay.
11.
So Javier got a 6 because he's at disadvantage from the armor, yes? Or a
Yes.
5, rather? Yeah, 5, an 11, a 10, and a 22. That's interesting. Okay. You guys go. Catherine, they're like, clump, clump, clang, clang, let's go! Yeah, it's like, but the rest of you think you're doing a reasonably good job of being quiet. Vesna,
I
this
do
is
stay back at a range.
very well. Vesna, you do probably think this is some of the quietest movement you've ever done. Slosh, 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 slosh.
I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah. You only get your antlers tangled in vines once. You come around the corner. The digger is a hedge in hard-wearing clothes who appears unaware of your approach. It seems you have snuck up on him. He is in the center of the buildings. Now that you round the corner, you can make out the other buildings. So, yeah, there is... Which way around would you have gone if you were front onto the building? To the left or the right?
To the left, to the left.
Okay, you go around to the left. As you come around, you can see one of the outbuildings is directly in front of you. It's a small little building, basically a shack for tools, probably. Then beyond it is the stables and the paddock. The paddock abuts to the wall itself. Then next to the stables at the far end of sort of this enclosure, there is the stables, the barn, and then there is a long row of low little cottages, but they're all sort of conjoined, like a row of terraced houses along the outside wall. And these sort of form a U shape around the central courtyard. The building, the large mansion, forms the remaining side of that. So there is spaces to get in through, but it is essentially a central courtyard area. It's grassy, and this hedge appears to be digging a hole in pretty much right in the middle of it.
Can I nudge Javier and be like, is that where you think it is?
Javier, it feels like it's probably about 20 feet below that spot, but yes. And Javier, your nat 20 on your perception, I'll allow it to carry over. This hedge looks like he's been at this for a while. Been here for some time. There is a mound of dirt about 2 foot high next to him. He is nowhere near, however, the 20 feet down to get to this object.
What do you say? We should say hello?
Well, maybe we should leave him be for a couple of hours. He does the work and we get the forge.
I do not want to take a risk.
I think we could take a hedge.
Also, I think the stream only has 20 more minutes or so.
Oh, I know. Let's hedge our bets and shoot him.
I hit you in the face.
So you're allowed and I'm not?
I heard shoot him, so I'm gonna shoot him.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot him. You shoot him in the back. Please make me an attack roll.
I really hope this hedge is just a hedge and not some sort of,
It's just a normal person, yeah.
You hope
Ooh,
that?
That's a nat. Oh no, it's not. That's a 7. Yep, 15.
a natural 7.
Hits.
Great.
Is this a green flame arrow?
Is that a thing? That would be cool. Unfortunately,
I thought your
don't think
arrows
that's a thing.
were that. No. Okay.
No, they're just magical because
okay.
they're my pact weapon.
Right. Sure.
So
For 6 damage,
on the first.
you shoot him in the back, and he sort of
response?
rocks with that, and turns sluggishly towards you. The shovel in one hand sort of just goes slack a little bit and drags along the ground. He looks at you, and his skin is a very sallow blue, almost like it's been frozen. Most of his features seem to like swim on his face, like his face is partially liquefied. And the flesh on one of his arms seems to drip as though he was covered in goo. As he looks at you, one of his eyes swivels lazily to look at you, and then he makes
Second attack.
makes a gushing roar and swings his spade like a cudgel as he begins to shamble towards him, and you shoot him again. 21 to hit,
12.
yes, 12 damage. So it was a 6 and a 12. Noted. It's magic damage.
Yes.
Guys, I've only got one more fireball in me. Do we want to just deal with him the old-fashioned way?
Save it for later. Can I intercept as it's running towards our range?
Well, actually, what I was going to say was, and I think we'll leave it there, as this zombie starts to rush towards you. Can you make me one more perception check, all of you? You're all quite on edge, so I think you're probably listening for this. 17.
Oh, boom, 19.
19. Volos.
8.
Volos, you're like very focused on you're shooting. The other 3, however, can hear more screeching this time.
I'm such an idiot. I completely forgot about my fucking my entire ability of being able to see that I'm fucking undead around me. I'm such a fucking idiot.
Next
Javier,
time.
I will allow you a free action to do it now if you like.
Oh yeah, I suddenly remember. Cast Eyes of the Grave.
And what does it do exactly? You see undead within a certain distance?
Yes, within 60 feet of me though, so it's not too bad.
Within 60 feet. These... So this one, the one that you can see, yeah, it sort of pings, it works.
He's
But
undead.
it's not as clear as you would expect. And the others don't ping at all. You can definitely hear some. They're probably close enough that it should have worked, but you don't actually get the feeling that these are... that you don't get undead. Oh, whoa, there's undead all around us. You get like a vague impression that maybe there are some others about, but it's not clear.
Okay. Interesting.
Alrighty. And we shall leave it there. We will be back next week, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and playing, guys. Yes, my ooze zombies. Ooze zombies? Yeah.
Like, that just combines two
Zombies.
things I really fucking hate.
Well,
I
guys,
love oozes. Oozes are super cool. I think I said this last time when we were passing past the mock fields.
I may have remembered
Oozes
that.
are very cool.
yeah. Yeah, I need to thank Serum for his amazing work behind the scenes. He hasn't done anything for us for a while, but he's about to, because I'm going to ask him for a whole bunch of level up artwork. And also Karen for her love and support. The channel generally wouldn't have happened without both of them. Thank you guys. Thank you, my players, for coming back and playing with me today for the start of this new adventure. And thank you, our lovely audience. Thank you, all of my new subscribers, you legends. We're so close. I will keep the promise. When we top 200, everybody who's playing on stream at the time gets a inspiration.
Enjoy the inspiration on Monday, Karen.
Karen.
Yay!
One player.
And if it doesn't happen on Monday, if it happens on Tuesday when I'm playing Total Warhammer, I will carry it over for this. Cool.
Don't need to be inspired in your
there you
orc
go.
battle.
Look, I tend to be anyway, but that's what beer's for. Now, as always, given that we've got a little extra time, I'd like to give everyone a chance for favourite moments. Because we haven't done favourite moments in ages, and it's nice and affirming and good. Let's turn the Corpsewood Manse. It's called the Corpsewood Manse, by the way. Volos would know that, nobody else would. But I didn't want to give the game away, you know. It's only an undead-themed adventure.
Now I remember, it is called the Corpsewood Manse.
Oh, you could have
It's obvious
mentioned
now,
the name.
Because of the trees behind it, the Corpsewood. It looks like this nasty undead grove, basically. But let's have some nice, chilled out inner forest music as we do our favourite moments. This is something we borrowed from the Dreaded GM because it's a lovely, nice idea. So yeah, guys, chat, if you have favourite moments, please throw them up. Tell us what you think we did well, and we're going to tell each other what we think they did well. Guys, who'd like to go first?
All right,
Karen's
I
really
got
good
one.
at this. Self moment from Javier.
No, just no more bog jobs.
Yes. Yes, very good. All right, let's talk about Catherine. Let's talk about Karen. I'm really glad to have Catherine back. I really enjoy. So Catherine is based on Karen's like not first D&D character ever, but the second. Probably one of the longest running ones. Catherine Catalina of Corvum is the character she was based on, and with only a slight exception because Catherine has a level of rogue.
Which turned out to make her insanely dangerous.
Couple that with Corvum, yeah, works real good. Sneaky Riker. Oh yeah, no, I should do that. Hey, because here's the thing: I'm going to need art for that boy there. Where we have a new character joining us very soon. This is Julio Switchgear. So we're gonna need a character sort of card for him. So that would be groovy. Thanks, Serum. Yeah, favorite Karen moments. Everybody else?
I really like how mysterious she is when Heavy is like, "Why are you doing this?" And she's like, have my reasons, you know. She's all like a mysterious lady. I really like that.
I was gonna say the awkward meeting with Javier at the beginning, where they're both kind of awkwardly standing in the hallway together, and then awkwardly standing in the meeting room together, really not knowing what each other's about. Seemingly like Catherine is mysterious, but she also seems like she has no idea what the fuck is happening either, which is kind of refreshing for this kind of trope.
She's like, I'm a mysterious lady, and this is all very mysterious, and I'm not quite sure how to react to the massive deer man.
Nobody knows quite how to react to the massive deer man.
Staring at me.
My favorite Catherine moment would probably be... I think actually your initial like hello, I'm here as well. I quite enjoyed what you did with that. It was like you're very invisible to these people right now and can choose to continue being so if you want. And like it's Catherine started as like, hey, I'm also here. I enjoyed that. That was fun for me.
My favorite self moment was probably, casting a massive fireball, like obliterating two slime monsters, and then immediately being dragged into the swamp by a frog.
Jeremiah.
It's just, it's the contrast, It's like, yeah, look at the little fuckers.
Yeah, the way I wrote it was the two people who rolled the lowest and second lowest on their perception checks had to make the dex saves, and the lowest on the dex save got bitten.
Worked out beautifully.
Yeah. Excellent. Who would like to go next?
I have a favourite Brendan moment. If we want to do Brendan.
Very well. Let's do favourite Brendan moments then.
I love where the creepy little child starting to emerge from the frog pond is like, yes.
No, you make that.
Just go.
I love
fucking child.
I love the description of when you go into intimidating mode and your eyes melt. Specifically, the eyes melting.
Again, I'm just like the whole time, like, I know that like Javier has been obsessed with like the afterlife and death and shit, but these guys are like just the weirdos, like the fucking emos in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know, like
these are the Lestat fan club.
Anime running, Naruto loving, and I'm like,
we're raiding Area 51 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We were really into seeing when we were teenagers.
Yeah.
Javier feels like 60 years old, like, this is what the kids are into these days.
What have I gotten myself into? I'm pretty sure they're almost all older than Javier as well.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think Javier is quite young.
Yeah.
Wait, how old is Havier?
I think Javier.
It's not all a competition.
Must be taller, older, bigger antlers.
No,
he's about 30. He's about 30.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then Vesna is much younger. I think she's like 20 something.
Yeah, right. Okay. Sure. Any other favorite Brendan moments?
Yes, I really liked the culinary experience that suddenly Wallace has about all the insects and creatures of the land. It's cute.
No one ate the frog.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly why I said French boy. That's yours.
Wow.
I'm not French. I'm just Vulpin, huh?
Yeah. Whatever you say.
The size of those frog legs would make the most ardent French chef just
yes
clutch.
Yes. And I wish I was good at accents like y'all, because I'm like, oh, that sounds so fun. Oh.
I mean, you named it when you said, oh, your accent changed.
You kind of just got to roll with whatever you settle into.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you think my accent
vaguely European.
Yeah, sure.
And hopefully that works. I don't have one specific favorite self moment. Probably just the general creepy atmosphere of this character and trying to
definitely
figure him out. He wants to have a moment with Javier too, so hopefully there's time for that next episode.
I really like, because he, as you say, he is creepy as all hell, like a very odd person, but at the same time seems like really affable. He's a nice guy, just weird.
I'm getting the mole from Atlantis vibes.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not actually sure I've seen the movie, but I do know that it was like,
Really?
oh yes. Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah,
pretty. If it was a long time ago.
Solid film.
It is.
Weird fingers though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's talk about Daria.
Oh my god, making a little sign to tell the slimes to keep away from camp.
Damn it.
That was
Yeah. Yes, I had written that. I mean, this was really your first impression of Vesna for most of us was, first of all, excuse your language. What is
that?
Yes.
It was like potty mouth.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so this is the kind of barbarian you're going to play. Okay.
Love it. She's a sweetie. I was like, okay, Granddad, that was mine. Like was it dad or uncle? Or I think it was uncle.
It was uncle.
Ash uncle.
I have
Ash uncle.
all types of relatives on me.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah, and it was like, here, take this, and it's an urn.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's actually what I enjoyed about Vesna, because I knew she would like channel her dead relatives, but I didn't know how to like present that. And I thought like, hey, she's just gonna have a lot of urns on her and just open one and party with the relatives.
I only just realized that you weren't a barman. You had a bunch of urns and like bandoliers from your initial description. I did not realize what that was at all. I just thought that's really elaborate, confusing armor. Yeah.
Yes,
no,
exactly.
I only just got
Amazing.
that. That's excellent. I enjoyed it.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh.
Any other favorite Daria moments, or shall we move to Javier? All right, let's talk about Lux, baby. I can go. I have one.
I keep jumping in first, so someone else can.
I actually think it feeding off what we said about the first impressions of Vesna. Just before that, he comes in and like does the stare, which I have missed, and I was like, I didn't realize how much I had missed Lux doing. And when you did it the first time, I was like, yeah, I remember. Comes in and it's just like, you've all got my fucking back, right? I was just like, wow, he comes in so hard, it's so weird. I really loved it. Because we had quite a few new viewers in chat, and I think it was a perfect way to like, by the way, this is who I am, and just reminds everybody and gets everybody right back to it really quickly. I thought it was a really, really strong moment.
Yeah. I personally liked the saltiness in the morning and the weird
Fight.
Out of nowhere competitiveness between the deer. That's just funny.
I think the reason why I had the competitive like nature or the little bit like that, because I'm chatting the what you don't know about the other group. So the fact is like the other group was like more about trying to preserve life and like trying to be like all nice and everything like this, and I was kind of like the edgy one, or like the one kind of making the weird moral. But now
And
it's
now-
like I'm in a bunch of people who are like, yeah, it's fucking kill shit, and I'm like,
That's my thing.
I'm supposed to be the edgelord.
who the fuck are these people?
Yeah, this idiot, this pastel ghost idiot has razor blades on her fucking horns. What the fuck is this?
Yeah,
It's got a
It's
relative
like-
urn.
One of them is fireball twice.
It would
Why
be
has
like me and
melted
Josh.
eyeballs?
It'd be like me and Josh turning up to a wedding and not being the weird couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like
That's
so
sad.
Brendan's other character, so Eric, was kind of like fire, like I'll do it, but like only if I must. Look, like I'll do it, and I'm like, but dramatic. And then Catherine's like,
And it's bigger than it's supposed to be. It's just like, yeah, that was
Her
good.
finger is always a little bit like smoldering at the end, just to be ready.
Yeah.
Like I solve solutions with burning.
yeah. So I'm really tired, so it's hard to address it. But the whole time, like, Javier's like fixed on this goal. He kind of thought it was going to be like a bit of a solo mission to have all this like the whole like you going off to do your own thing. He's like, no, I don't care. yeah, so as long as we're gonna get there and do the thing, and you guys are like having a happy, merry time, and he's like, I've literally abandoned my friends to do this. I need to fucking get this done.
Come on, you chuckle muffins. Set them on fire and let's keep going.
Exactly.
Raiders, thank
We
you so
are
much for
here.
the raid, Phoenix. Good on you,
We're
mate.
exchanging phones, phone numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's very cute.
but really the competitive nature for Daria's character is more like a, it's not really like a, but it's kind of
What is this? I'm not sure what you mean.
like a, I'm like his version of blushing, being like yeah, sure, I'm taller, antlers bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Posturing.
Yeah.
Big
Also,
employer.
Phoenix
scary.
Iraqi Raiders, I just letting you know, just putting it out there in the world, we are 2 followers away from 200. And if we get there, then everybody gets inspiration. Just saying. Anyway, so yeah, any other favorite Lux moments?
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, Rovaljax, this is our favorite moments we are doing at the end. Unfortunately, you have missed the game, but you can tell us, you can listen to us tell each other how great we are and join us for our raid when we go somewhere else.
But you're getting a Havier stare thrown in, just
Yes.
as a bonus.
Oh.
I love that kind of Havier found out that Catherine can cast gigantic balls of fire on things and was like, was just like, well, every time I have a problem now, can you just thumb?
It seems to solve everything so far.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
please, if you may.
He's going to be very disappointed when he returns to the group and asks Eric to do that, and that's the Wailing Fire spell he can't cast.
Eric is gonna be. I shan't. No.
I couldn't possibly.
Like
No,
he
I-
casts burning
I'm
hands,
getting
and
the
it goes.
vapors.
Trish was really mad at me the last time I killed someone. She was as
She'll be
well.
like, I'm sure she'll get over it
She was.
sometime.
Anyway, sorry. You were saying
Yes, continue.
great things about me.
Yeah, yes, we'll say how great it was. You're just like, fireball, please. I need a fireball. Why are we standing around? I asked for
Why
a
did that
fireball
take so
like
long?
5 seconds ago. Can we get on with the flames and the burning?
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to just remind everyone of Daria's comment of fucking pastel goth.
It's a favorite moment.
Yes.
Oh wow. Inception sound.
Look, Lux, you had a lot of zingers, which you always do, which I've missed, which I did write down. But I do like, that, I mean, you kind of nailed it, that in the other group, the dynamic is very different, and you're kind of the one that everyone else is having to keep a leash on. So now seeing how your morals are affected by this group, and you're kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, is really interesting. Watching you kind of navigate that as well.
Yeah, well, it's interesting being a group of people who can actually, take care of themselves a lot better. It's really a bit of a difference. Like, I feel like we haven't had combat yet. We've just had like moldy grass that's gotten in our way,
Yeah.
and a frog.
We're curb stopping everything.
Fucking frog.
Yeah. No serious problems so far.
No, so when I slept, I made sure to get rid of all my healing spells. There's nothing. You guys are going down. You're coming back another way.
Oh no.
I think I have
We
like
have
one.
anime dead.
That's by design, I believe.
Yeah.
Do I have
yeah.
any healing spells? I can't remember if I took a healing spell.
Okay.
Don't worry, you're literally acquiring a thing that can res the dead anyway. But look, there we go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Cool. Okay. Well, let us then. we should probably-
DM.
Yes.
Tried to
DM
sneak
moments.
a brush-
Jeremiah.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
go
Oh my god, that was
Jeremiah.
mine too. Jeremiah.
I
Who we
too
shall call
enjoyed
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, because I know what that reference is. Yes, funny.
Sorry,
I'm
Daria.
so glad you're on board with us. Peter.
Everyone watching, Daria learned English from watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Don't put me on blast, okay? It's
And in
good.
fairness to her, her English is excellent. So
All tea, all shade.
Yeah. So Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. And
Until he
though I
tried to
never
bite my
understood a
leg
word
off.
he said, I helped him drink his wine, I think is the song. I only know it from Friends. So
It's Joy to the World. It's a hymn. Well, hymn-ish.
Boys and girls.
okay.
Joy.
Cool.
I sang a version of it in primary school choir that dispensed with the Enjoy the Mighty Fine Wine.
Of course you were in a choir, Brendan. Of course you were.
Hey, I was
Well,
a
not for
choir.
long. I was kicked out. I was terrible.
Choir boy.
It was an altar girl.
Yes, it was.
Ooh. Yes, a favorite DM moments. I always love how lenient you are with us. Because you just let us do fucking anything. It's just, I feel like I'm in a kindergarten and my kindergarten teacher is just very nice to us. And whatever stupid shit we do, they
You
will
can use
support us.
danger sense to avoid falling into a mucky pond. Sure.
Can I? Yeah, it's danger, right? It's really not, but it's seriously.
No, I asked. It's a recent thing I learned to do. I was like, yeah, give them options. Let them. Don't just say roll survival. Just like, how would you navigate a pond, and what skill would you use to do that? And you came up with a neat idea. And I was just like, you really backed out from making a good case for it. But I was just like, no, I quite like that. Fine, fuck it,
I
let's
felt
do that.
embarrassed because
Yeah.
it was so stupid.
Yeah, I
100%
appreciated that
honest.
too. That you gave us the option to choose skills or abilities to do things, and that was cool.
I love the description of the terrifying slime hybrids.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Haunt my dreams.
particularly enjoyed when you allowed me to sleep through combat. Yeah.
I got you to roll for it.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Havier was just having a really good sleep.
Javier will remember this
Roll for dream.
in the corner
roll
of the
for
stream.
He will. Yeah, he was having a great time.
Yeah,
Oh.
I appreciate. I mean, I'm sure it's not just for me, but I appreciate you remembering how excited I was by fighting slimes last time, and when I saw. Josh sent me a message prior saying this is what knowledge you have, and he mentioned that we'd be heading to the mock fields, and I was like, fuck yeah, mock fields are where oozes are. This is going to be cool. So yeah, when I put two and two together that these are ooze zombies that we're fighting, I'm very excited about that and what other kind of ooze cross undead things we might be finding.
There's a thing called Ooblex, right? That's
Yeah.
something.
Ublex is a
Fluid.
bad thing.
Bad thing, yes.
All right, let's.
All right, let us do our sign-offs then and go away from here because we're all a little bit sleepy. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, tell me who the heck you are. Let's go in reverse order. Lux, who the heck are you?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lux, and I am amazing at
whatever I want to do. All right, so I am an actor, singer, not dancer, performer in Western Australia, who does many things that they aren't necessarily prepared to do, and staying awake this long is one of them. All right, so thank you very much for having me on board, and tune in next time.
Yeah. Alrighty, marvelous. Daria, who the heck are you?
Yes, I'm Daria. I am a D&D player, not a performer, not a singer, but I'm an artist. This little Turbine mouse in the corner there. That's my boy. That's my character. Yeah. So you can find me on Twitter for art stuff, and you can find me here or on Monday on the Eldritch Scribe channel where we also play D&D. Not as cute animals, but also very cute.
That it is.
She does
Karen.
commissions, so hit her up.
I do.
Yeah, and we
Very
need to get her. Need to buy a plane ticket. For
no reason.
No reason,
Particular
particularly.
reason.
No particular reason, no.
Yeah, Karen, who are
I'm
you?
Karen. I'm a writer, a performer. You can follow me on Twitter at Mother of Bunnies. Recently, I seem to be tweeting about Bridgerton a lot. You can follow me on Instagram at my burlesque girl ego Miss Lola Moore. You can check out my filthy puppetry at Paparotica on both those platforms. You can also hear my dulcet tones on the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons cast. And I will be back here on Corsairs Cove with Josh on Monday night to do our DM versus player session, where I am playing a lovely dwarven bard called Beryl, who's a bit like Dolly Parton and got attacked by a book last Monday. So yeah, tune in this coming Monday to see how that pans out for her.
It was by a whole desk.
Whole desk of books. Just
It was a library, small library.
for me. Terrifying
And we
stuff.
will also be back on Sunday night.
Oh yes, we're gonna make Beryl on
Gonna draw a barrel with Hero Forge.
Hero Forge.
All right, Brendan, who the heck are you?
Hello, I'm Brendan Ellis, and when I'm not a sweepy little boy, I'm a manly director and actor. I'm a manly director and actor.
There you go.
I'm directing a show at the moment. It's fucking manly as. It's called The Last
so
Days
alpha.
of Judas Judas Iscariot, who's honestly got to be the toppest alpha there is. Or maybe he's a bit of a cuck. I don't know. Whatever's going around these days. Come see that. The link's in chat. It's going to be fucking
you said come.
sick.
Sorry. Funny.
69 lol. Gangster.
Madame et Monsieur Dama and Heron and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I apologize.
There's a weird energy going on
What
now.
the heck? It's a weird night. Guys, thank you so much for coming.
Really tired.
I'm a performer, DM, and puppeteer. Why not? In Perth, Western Australia. You can find me on Corsairs Cove quite a lot. I'll be here Sunday night for Making Beryl. We will be here Monday evening after Sagas of Skringard, the finale of Sagas of Skringard over on Roll 4 Damage. We will be doing the finale of that. I'm in that as a Humblewood character, Silva Konosdottir. And then we're coming here straight from there. We'll probably raid over and continue the saga of Beryl. And then Tuesday night, I'll be back for more Ogres on Total Warhammer. And back here for Thursday night for more Havier. Find out what happened to him. So yes, that's the next week for us. Please come back, see us next time. And before we go, I just need to mention the people of Ukraine, who are doing it a little rough right now, as you may have noticed if you've been paying attention in the news. It's just getting a bit fucky over there. So we are supporting the emergency action appeal. If you have any spare pennies in the coffers, it would be awesome if you could consider donating to that. It's already raised over $3 million to help Ukrainians fleeing violence, and they could use a little bit more, just a tiny so it would be great if you could do that. Guys, thanks so much for joining us this evening. We'll be back Sunday. So we will raid.
Just before we raid, sorry, how's our follower count? Have we hit 200 yet?
We are at 198.
It's
None
okay.
of Phoenix's people. I think most of Phoenix's people were already followers. Is the trick. Who should we
We'll have to
raid?
nail it down on Sunday.
We've got Hip Hog TV.
Lux, I just saw that cosmic background, and I just went straight to the meme, the shooting stars meme, of just you in the background as a JPEG, just floating through space.
I can make it happen.
We are
Apparently there's
going
someone
to
called
raid
Vicky.
GTG Vicky. Karen.
In chat, Omi said raid Vicky ? Who's Vicky?
GTG Vicky is currently streaming. Awesome. I didn't realize that. Yes, she's doing Tales of the Neon Sea. Alrighty, good on you. Nice idea. Let's raid her. Guys, throw up your favorite moments in chat. Tell Vicky where you came from. Show her the love like you always do. Vicky works for Sirenscape, which we have been listening to all through the episode. So there you go. That's fun. Yeah, she runs their social media. So if you have any complaints about Sirenscape, please tell her. The user interface is a bit
raid.
difficult. Okay, so here we go. Guys, worked for. Stopped. Oh, she stopped, did she? Thank you, Thamio. All right, well, there we are. We'll go and raid Vicky then. She's a lovely person. See you guys soon. Very well. Very well. Bye-bye. We'll go away. Toodle pip. Say goodbye, everybody.